Hello, welcome and welcome back. This is Jacob and today we are going to be continuing the Let's Play for The Legend of Heroes Trails Through Daybreak number 2. So then, last time we continued the story in Station Street. Van receives a call from Hale who tells him to meet up with her in Giacomo's old hideout. The team proceeds over there and once inside, gets killed by explosives that were set there before their arrival. Jumping back and realizing that Hale was the one who set the trap there, Van tries to get into contact with Jack. Van manages to do just that and takes him along to find and corner Hale. Once they find Hale, it becomes obvious that she was corrupted, and after some demi-Grendel spawn and the team defeats them, Jack calms Hale down. Then Mirabelle arrives and speaks to the group through her drone and puts her boss, Mr. Thorndyke, on the line as he wants to talk to everyone in person. The group finds him in the clinic in the Blacklight district together with an injured Hassan. Both sides exchange info and Hassan shares some Kruger clan secrets with them. Once done, our team heads out to find Sarah and Sahina and ask them for help with Ferry. Going through an old subway tunnel, they run into a trap set by Rosette. Ferry and Kasim are also present, and the group gets killed again. However, Rosette does leave a tiny message out there for the team indicating that she might not be fully under the corruption. On the next attempt, they come prepared to face them in the form of riled up monsters that stampede into everyone. Getting then to Sarah and Sahina, they ask them to perform the Song of Flames dance in the market in hopes of rattling Ferry a bit awake and distracting her. Ferry then unleashes the corruption, space warps around everyone, and they find themselves in a recreation of Cray Hills. They then first run into Kasim and Rosette and fight them. After the fight, they both seem to come back to their senses fully, even though Kasim seems to be fine all along for the most part as he just burns through his corruption. Reaching Ferry, they then of course have to fight her too, but after the fight she has a hard time getting rid of her corruption because of her indecisiveness. That changes once an apparition of Ida appears. That finally sets Ferry straight, and she, just like her brother, burns with her flame through the corruption, and we are sent back to reality. Later in the day, they regroup back in Old Town, but now with everyone from the group back together and another Genesis in our hands. And yeah, that is where we pretty much are right now. Back in Old Town, everybody together. I haven't looked at the office last time above us. I do wonder if the game is even gonna let me go upstairs, but there probably is just smoke and nothing else. That thing got blasted into nothingness. But yeah, so far, I'm enjoying this chapter. Like, I know that we've discussed it, and I'm still curious by the end of this chapter what the big discussion is gonna be about. I can kinda see why some people are disliking this chapter. There is a couple of moments that feel like they're dragging, and yeah, it's a pretty long chapter. I mean, we are getting the Genesee literally one at a time through each one of the big events, and the big events are pretty long. They do take quite a lot of time to get through, but I'm not really disliking them because every single one of these events so far has pretty much led to some character development moments, growth, and reveals essentially. And I'm enjoying all of them. Like the previous one, having Ferry finally grow and decide on what she wants to do, and you know, nurturing the flame inside of her. And I'm just looking forward what's gonna come next for her after she is now kinda in tune with the whole thing. So I mean, she literally developed the same technique that I don't even know when Kasim developed it for the first time, but I think he came to terms with that a bit maybe later in life. I might be forgetting something, but I think she even outdone her own brother with that. So that's kind of huge. Unless he actually developed his stuff before her in age terms, but I honestly don't remember. I think they said that in Daybreak 1 when he became the person he is nowadays, pretty much. But yeah, all of the stuff that was happening with Farida last chapter was pretty good, or past episode was pretty good. Then we had the whole Maxim stuff, who is right there actually. I will say though, the Grand Circuit stuff was kind of like maybe dragging a tiny bit, like the repeated loops backwards were kind of like okay, we're doing this again, we could have done this last time, but no, we didn't apparently. But I still enjoyed the arc at the end, with just showcasing how Maxim is determined to both grow up as a person for Yume and make peace with Paulette again. Like, pretty much just the whole thing of trying to correct his mistakes of the past, essentially. Or maybe not correct them, but essentially grow up as a person. And I kind of enjoy that. I'm really looking forward what's gonna come from this whole thing. Is he actually gonna come back with Paulette? Is Paulette gonna fully accept him? She seems to be very much more accepting of him, especially after what happened. So that's kind of nice. Then we had the whole Gralsritter stuff, which was fascinating. Number one, that the Gralsritter can be corrupted by something is fascinating. And number two, that the stigmas can be actually altered as well has also been quite a revelation. That is huge and massive news, actually, when you think about it. I will say, though, probably the weakest one of the Genesee plotline so far, like the retrievals, maybe was the Ashen thing, because that one felt like it was just like a time thing of, at some point they would have just, you know, made peace and sat down at a table and discussed the stuff that was pretty much forced into being a bit sooner compared to how it would have naturally probably gone. But outside of that, everything else was fine. I'm not even disliking going through the city so much and everything. I mean, I'm taking my pace with this. I will say though, outside of the Grand Circuit dragging a tiny bit with all the explosion shenanigans and going back and forth so many times, I will agree that the explosion, as said in the comments of the previous episode, that the explosion in Giacomo's hideout was probably the stupidest one so far, and purely because, I mean, Shizuna excused herself. She had an excuse. She literally said that she wanted to experience the rewind. And sure, you know what? Knowing her personality, I am believing that 100%, that she wanted to see how it feels. However, as brought up in the comments, and a thing that I didn't even register at the moment was, is Van here? Our boy has since game 1 been, Daybreak 1 that is, been lauded as a person who has a sniffer, who has a nose for the, you know, things happening around him. Like a bloodhound, essentially. Like pretty much like every single one of the protagonists of this game series so far has a sense, essentially, that something is happening. But for some reason, he didn't realize that the room was a trap. There were kind of indicators that he might suspect something, I would say, but nothing substantial where he would say like, hey, before we go in there, I don't know, he could have literally just said to Shizuna, hey Shizuna, before we enter the room, can you use your unclouded eye to see if there's any trouble? And she would have then probably just said like, oh yeah, there are bombs in there, I already know. And we would have been alive. But yeah, anyway. Outside of that, so far, I'm having fun with this chapter. It's been pretty entertaining, pretty interesting. It does, however, also slightly drag, so I'm not gonna lie on that front. But anyway, enough of this mumbo jumbo. We have quite a lot to do and quite a lot to see. So I would say we're gonna start obviously here in Old Town, and I'm probably gonna go then all the way to the bottom to Grand Circuit and just work my way up and end in Riverside. No idea if that's all gonna happen in this episode. It's a lot of stuff, plus at least probably one side quest and one extermination quest, more than likely. But yeah, we'll see how far we get. First off, let's see about you two. I should be finished cleaning the office soon. Really? Didn't the office get blown to bits? But why don't you have some dinner in the meantime? I'm sure you all must be hungry by now. Dinner sounds great, actually. Thanks. Yeah, I'm starving. Well, alright. Today is supposed to be our day off, but I guess I can whip up something quick for you. Should recharge you in no time. Thank you very much, Victor. Paulette? We need to make sure something like this doesn't happen again. Agreed. Nobody messes with my tenants and gets away with it. Just try not to get hurt, alright? He might give Van a hard time, but he likes him. Don't worry so much. I'm just grateful nobody was hurt. But I'll admit, all of it's in pretty bad shape. Might be a while before we can fix everything. Well, until that happens, I can set you guys up with a place to sleep for now. It'll be a bit small, but you're just gonna have to make. Oh! Is it gonna be the the building down the road where the tenants, the singer, and the other two left recently? I wonder. You don't have to worry about us, alright? Plenty of neighbors have already offered assistance with the cleanup. Even Maxim's volunteered. Damn. The only thing that fool is good for is clearing out the rubble. But if he can manage to pull his weight, maybe I'll give him a few scraps for dinner. Oh, Dad. Well, nevertheless, the help is appreciated. I'm sure if we all work together, we'll have the restaurant open in no time. Nice.
Oh, what would you like?
You have something new. Pudding the Montmartre. Nice heal, nice EP, 240. And 64 CP? Montmartre special party pudding that never wears out its welcome. Oh yeah, that reminds me, I haven't shown this for a while. The gourmet thing is proceeding smoothly. Only 3 levels left. And the fishing is also almost done. I just need to find a spot where I can get a blue Merlin A rank and a moon white A rank. And I think I have them all then. Far be it from me to criticize you for trying to take the initiative, but pushing yourself to the limit will do nothing to solve the issue at hand. Rest assured that the CID is doing all we can to track the Garden Master's movements. I will say to you what I said to Elaine. Take the time you have now to recuperate. Yeah, I know. By the way, I believe I remember you mentioned that this establishment serves a particularly delicious tart tatin. Perhaps I'll order a few for us. Oh, but since you're so busy, I suppose you wouldn't mind if I had your share? No, of course I don't mind. It's not like I'd be jealous or anything. Yes. And she's back to eating. The food's pretty good here. It's got this warm, homemade flavor, but with the slightest touch of sophistication? Look at you using big words. You can tell the chef really puts attention to detail. Yep, that's the secret ingredient to Montmartre's success after all. So I see. I think I'll start stopping by whenever I'm in the capital then. Oh god. Should give me some time to pop in into your office to say hello too. Sound like a plan? What do you mean sound like a plan? We're not here for your entertainment, you know? Still, unless we solve our current problem, there won't be an office for you to say hello to. Point taken. Oh, just so you know, I do still intend on assisting you to the end here. So let me know when you need a little extra firepower, alright? She's a good person. Even though she's just trouble, for the most part. The desserts here are quite delicious, and the tea is nice as well. A blend from the Republic, I believe, using herbs grown in the autumn. The tartness gives it a rather unique taste. Knowledgeable as ever, I see. Alright, you two goobers, what's going on here? Well, that's the door fixed. What's next? You work fast, Maxim. Good job. But it's getting kind of late. Why don't we call it a day? Good thinking. You know, you've got a pretty good head on your shoulders, Yume. Huh? Are you guys going somewhere? Yeah, we still have a few more things to do. Glad to see you guys have managed to fix things up fixed up a little though. I'm sure you two have been a big help. I still can't believe what happened. I came as soon as I heard. I was worried something might have happened to Paulette. But thankfully it seems nobody was injured. Sorry we made you worry. Oh yeah, Maxim looked like he was about to throw up when he got here.
So make sure to come back to us, okay? Or else Maxim will throw up for real.
Oh, the guy must have ran. Also very interesting, did he completely forget what happened during his corruption state? I wonder. He literally ran all the way here then, if he was exhausted to the point of losing his dinner. Huh, you got it, kiddo.
Don't stay out too late, okay? You don't want to bury Montmartre's poster girl, alright?
Oh, after all, you got it, kiddo.
We'll be back soon, Yume. Like we could ever refuse someone with such a cute face.
And you, buddy? Sorry again for all the trouble yesterday. I know this won't exactly make up for it, but why don't I help you with cleaning upstairs sometimes? Oh yeah, wait. The Grand Circuit thing happened the day before this one, right. But I guess you're heading out again. Well, just make sure you come back safe, alright? Look at him worrying about us. Oh, it's closed off. Okay, so I cannot go up there. Noted. Yo. Hi. Oh, can I see... Oh yeah, the windows are broken and the building is just charred on the outside. Here too? Oh yeah. Okay, I see. Hey, you guys headed somewhere? No, we're just going for a little walk around town. Thanks for helping with the cleanup, by the way. Really appreciate it. Oh, it was no big deal. We just had to do a few quick check-ins on the orbital equipment. That explosion was something else, though. But at least we can rest easy knowing the police have ruled it as an accident. Well, somebody's at fault here. Of all the places to make a mess.
I guess they haven't told anyone the truth yet.
Okay, so they're keeping it under wraps. That was... well... not an accident, but actually intended. Yeah, they've told any witnesses to keep quiet for the moment.
I'm sorry, you guys. Yes, I intend to do everything in my power to atone for my transgressions. What's most important now is finding leads on our enemy.
With Montmartre not being open, that means there will be less traffic. And less traffic means less profit. Hey, hurry up on fixing the place, Vilenkov. It's not like there's anything wrong with the first floor, right? Don't worry, they should be able to reopen whenever. I've checked the whole place over. Pipes to air ducts. Should probably run a test on their load-bearing walls, though. The building's starting to show signs of wear and tear. Huh? What do you mean, wear and tear? Weren't you the one in charge of renovating the place? Oh? Is that true? Yeah, that was me, alright. And, since we're bringing up the good old times, Gin here used to own the entire building. Oh, damn.
What? This is the first time I'm hearing of it.
Yeah, I sold it to Victor when he started talking about wanting to own his own restaurant. Knew he was a pretty good hand cooking, so I figured why not. Guess I did hear she used to be a landowner.
Well, that's not something I expected to learn today.
Oh, even more? It'll spell trouble for Old Town if Montmartre's closed for too long. We'll get the whole mess cleaned stat. It's just the first floor that needs to be usable, right? I mean, sure.
More candy? Again?
Tyrell Times special report, right. Report on his E1 Grand Prix finals.
Stop by again, I guess.
Well, if it's an order from Gin, guess we've got no choice, huh? You know, funny enough, Kisara was out here just now too. Wanted to give us a hand with the cleanup. Told her to head on inside though. Us adults have everything under control. Don't worry about us. I'll let you know how the cleanup goes later, alright? The police finished inspecting the crime scene, so we've been working on cleanup and repair. Kisara's been giving us a hand too, actually. It's been going a lot faster than I thought it would. Dad's been saying he wants to do a full load-bearing inspection just to make sure none of the walls come down anytime soon, you know.
But apparently the explosives used were adjusted to that they'd minimize damage. It's the strangest thing. I mean, not really, like very specifically made explosives to just do damage in a certain radius are a thing. I mean, depending on the size of the explosion, it will still destabilize walls quite a bit if they're rattled enough, but they can get repaired and reinforced.
Victor sure knows how to make the best of his ingredients.
Wait, what?
How to make the best. It can be a bit hard finding just the right supplies for him, but I guess it all pays off in the end. Let's see, Tyrell Times special report. Follow-up on the incident at yesterday's Z1 Grand Prix. Details regarding the incident at yesterday's Z1 Grand Prix finals have begun to emerge. In the wake of the incident, we learned it was not an accident but rather an act of terrorism. According to local authorities, Aslan's car was likely tampered with prior to the race, causing the scene that unfolded. After an overnight investigation, they concluded the incident was the work of a radical anti-immigration group called the True Grievance Brigade. Several members of the group have already been taken into custody and confessed to their involvement in the affair. Being the first Central Eastern immigrant favored to win the Grand Prix, Aslan has captured the attention of fans and the media in the lead-up to the race. Though the majority of Z1 fans view Aslan as his remarkable achievements in a positive light, his immigrant status has also inspired animosity from nationalist elements in the fanbase. According to Z1 officials, threatening letters addressed to Aslan were delivered to race organizers since well before the finals had even occurred. During interrogations, the terrorists responsible for the incident admitted that Aslan's ancestry motivated them in part to carry out their heinous crimes. Following the accident, Aslan was rushed to the hospital for treatment and a thorough examination. As of last night, physicians concluded he had suffered light bruises and a concussion, but that his life was not at risk. The chances of long-term injuries appear to be slim, and he is expected to be discharged within a few days and back on the racetrack before the end of this month. Many fans expressed concern about Aslan's health following the incident, and for the time being it seems they can rest easy. Needless to say, the Grand Prix finals were suspended in light of the incident, and for the time being, a champion has not been named. The Z1 Grand Prix Management Committee issued a statement clarifying that a follow-up race will be held in the coming days to determine the series winner. However, given the need for Aslan to recover and repair his damaged car, as well as the need to strengthen the race's terrorism deterrence measures, an exact date for the race has yet to be set in stone. The management committee has stated it hopes to hold the race at some point next month.
They said nothing about Maxim grabbing Aslan and carrying him away.
Very interesting.
Follow-up report. Explosion in the 8th district. Early this morning, a small explosion caused a fire in a multi-tenant building in Old Town. The explosion primarily impacted the 2nd and 3rd floors of the building, and due to the swift containment of the fire, a restaurant occupying the 1st floor and the surrounding buildings were undamaged. It has not been determined whether anyone was present on the 2nd or 3rd floors when the explosion occurred, but as of the time of printing, no casualties have been reported. In regard to the cause of the explosion, authorities state that the incident was likely caused by an ongoing orbital power source overheating and combusting, in conjunction with a rupture in the building's plumbing system.
The good old gas leak.
Okay, very interesting stuff. Very interesting that they didn't write anything about Maxim again. He clearly took off with Aslan. That's very interesting.
Oh, she's alone?
Oh, it's you guys. I heard about what happened. I meant to help with the cleanup effort and all, but I'm still kind of scared to go out. It's just hard to believe something like that would happen in Old Town. You know, it's hard I heard you went out on a tour of the capital yesterday.
Guess this whole mess was kind of a setback for you, huh?
I'm sorry, Rebecca. Oh, it's not your fault. Besides, I'm kind of used to the sound of explosives. Yeah, I'm really good with them.
What? Is that right?
Mm-hmm. I guess I'm more afraid of people than anything else, really. I mean, valid point, but still. Wow, okay.
It's wrong of me, I know. And Kisara's been trying her hardest to help everyone out too. I have to do better. I can't keep being so afraid all the time.
Damn, this girl has so much character growth in this one in this one game compared to the previous.
This experience has been rather eye-opening for me as well. People have the capability of being cruel or noble in equal measure.
Yeah, we should keep that in mind going forward.
Actually, I hadn't seen Kisara at all this morning. I thought maybe she might have gotten caught up in everything. But she came back sometime around noon, I think. Said she'd been helping to fix a few things. She seemed a little off-put by something, though. I wonder what it was.
Probably your dad telling her don't help.
I really should be doing better by her.
Oh, it's so adorable how much she's trying to do better by Kisara.
Yes, exactly. Curtis has always been a rather sensible child, you know? I never doubted him for a second. Well, congratulations, Zora. You must be so proud. We've been talking about Curtis for the past 3 hours, though, and considering the sun's going down...
Oh god, she has her proud mother moment. She cannot shut up.
Oh, my apologies. I can be so scatterbrained sometimes, but before I leave, let me tell you about the award Curtis received when he was 5.
Oh, this is gonna keep going.
I'm pretty sure I know this one word for word by now.
Keep trucking on.
I'm so glad Curtis made it into Aramis. Oh, I couldn't be more happy for him, but maybe it's time. No, I'm sure Father Nikolai will listen to them. Oh, I do seem to be getting a bit hungry, though.
What? Oh, there's more?
That explosion in Montmartre really surprised me. I'm relieved to hear it was only an accident. But they still had to close down for the day. So tragic.
Oh, she's here. Miss Matilda is here as well?
What? The Aramis scholarship exam?
That's right. It's designed for students with exemplary technical skills who can't normally pay for Aramis tuition.
It not only stands to test the applicant's general comprehension levels, but whichever marketable skill sets they have proficiency in as well. You know, if you broaden your scope of knowledge, the whole world will be at your fingertips. It warrants some thought, don't you think? Hold on a sec. Tell me who you are first. Don't think I've seen you around Old Town before.
Why, this here is Miss Matilda. She's my good old mahjong friend. Of course she is. And just between you and me, she's also the director of Aramis Academy. Said she simply had to meet the artist of that beautiful mural over there.
What? Why would someone so important...
Oh no, there's no need to rush into an answer. Why don't you take some time to talk it over with someone you trust? Here, I'll give you a few pamphlets with all the details. Just remember, this is only one path of many.
School, huh? And it's up to me? Alright, I'll think about it.
Damn.
Man, everyone in EDITH is so idealistic all the time. But maybe they're starting to rub off on me.
Hey.
Guess it was only a matter of time.
That was awfully nice of Huck. Now the ball's in her court. Yep. It's best to take chances while you're still young, you know? But it's pertinent that you only make choices you're sure you won't regret. Of course, it's alright if you make mistakes. Just be sure to consider your decisions carefully.
Right.
The director of Aramis, huh? She's awfully persuasive. Oh yeah. Kisara, can I talk to you? Ah, there we go.
Aramis Academy, huh? You know, I've never even thought about going to school before. I must be out of my mind for even considering it.
Nah, you're fine. Matilda and I have known each other for years now. Maybe it was a bit presumptuous of me, but I figured it might be a good idea to introduce the two. I'd hate for talent like Kisara's to go undiscovered after all. Besides, I'm also a representative of our Mrs. Scholarship Foundation. I don't mind doing a little extra paperwork if it's for her, you know. Well, the choice is out there. Whether or not she takes it is up to her.
True. Wow, I knew they'd be planning something lately, but this? Talk about a heck of an offer. Well, guess I should have expected something like this from Huck. I don't mean to interfere, of course, but I want Kisara to do what she really wants to do. With talent like hers, she should follow her heart, don't you think? I'll definitely be rooting for her.
Well said, well said. No, what's happening here? Gertie sure does need a lot of documents for enrollment. They should work as proof of residence, right? By the way, is everyone at Montmartre okay? I couldn't believe my ears when they said there'd be an explosion. I mean, I eat there practically every day. Well, I'm sure they'll get it all fixed in no time.
I guess all that hard work was worth it. I'm so relieved. Well, starting next month, I'll be attending Aramis Academy as an official first year. My dream's finally coming to fruition, huh? Oh, by the way, I heard Aramis is also doing some sort of secondary recruitment? It's supposed to be based on specific skill proficiency instead of general knowledge. But don't you think that's kind of cheating? If I had to take the real test, they...
oh no, don't say that, buddy. Oh, don't go down that route.
If I had to take the real test, they should too. Well, whatever. The people doing it are probably just a bunch of dropouts anyway. If they don't want to put in the effort, then they should go somewhere else.
Wow. Kid, I was kind of rooting for you and now you're proving to be a bit of a dick? Oh boy. I'll predict the plotline here. In game 3, he's gonna be in his first year, Kisara is gonna be in her first year, they're gonna meet and there's gonna be sparks flying everywhere. I'm calling it.
Please, goddess, why would you allow the same tragedy to befall us again? Why hasn't anything changed? It looks like she's praying quite seriously. Oh yeah, all granny BS, all granny BS. Although I can't help but feeling like she's actually telling the truth sometimes. I'm sure she's gonna pass like everyone else. I mean, the reason she's like that in the first place... Well, I guess it's not my story to tell. You dingus, you know what's happening with this old lady. I'm curious since game 1 what the shit is wrong with this lady. Why she is the way she is. What did she suffer through? Why, if nothing's changed, then what was it all for? Good God, lady, what did you live through?
I take it you've all been rather busy today. Well, I'm glad to know no one was injured. To think even the CAD would come investigate. I must say, I was quite curious about the situation myself, what with all these strange incidents happening lately. I wonder if they're all connected. Father Nikolai's as sharp as ever, huh?
But he's right to be concerned. If things continue like this, it's only a matter of time before someone gets hurt. Yes, we must find a swift and efficient solution.
I can't help being worried for the people of Old Town. Well, whatever happens, my heart will always be with them.
Thanks, Father.
The kitty brigade is in full action. Oh, et toi? Reacting? Uh-huh. Tiger? The kitten? Uh-huh. Well, they're getting along. Uh-huh.
What's going on?
Looks like some fat cat's approaching Etoa with a kitten?
I think it's the one she was looking for, actually. I'm so happy it made it back.
Oh, huh. That's Tiger. He usually spends his time roaming around the center marsh. Nice job, little man. Looks like Etoa seeing you in a hole in your light. Yeah, there we go. Finally something happening here. Okay, well, the kittens have found each other. I can talk to the small one again?
Okay, it's happy.
Oh, right, can I enter Märchengarten now? Oh, I can. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna have to... I don't know if probably not gonna be in this episode, but probably in the next episode I'm gonna have to check out floor 8, see what's happening there.
I almost had a heart attack when I heard the explosion. And for it to happen at Montmartre, of all places. The police weren't around for very long though. I guess they figured it was all an accident. But I could have sworn I heard a car speeding through Old Town this morning. Or maybe I'm wrong?
No, you heard correctly.
I can't believe what happened to Montmartre. Are you alright? I heard nobody was hurt, but I was still worried. I mean, the police were here and everything. Please let me know if there's anything I can do to help. Really, anything at all. We will. Thank you for your concern.
All the stuff in my office got blown up, so we'll probably have to take you up on that offer.
Looking
Yeah.
is all.
Miserable Rain, a gift for Judith? A music box that plays a song that Dominique used to sing. Oh, okay.
Harry and Mark were trying to get a look at the crime scene today. Obviously I had to put a stop to it, but they were so stubborn. Oh, and I heard Kisara helped out with the cleanup too. Still, doesn't it feel like things have been kind of strange lately? Or am I just imagining it?
Well, everybody's picking up on the strangeness.
I can't believe what happened today. I'm glad everyone made it out alright. Harry and Mark were over the moon about seeing real policemen though. Wait, they were just here. Where'd they go?
I'm gonna say they're out here.
Mr. Hawker's back. Wait, what's Harry so mad for then? Did something happen? I hope he's okay. I don't think I've ever seen him like that before.
Oh, Dad didn't make it in time to the race, right. Right. I'm really sorry, Harry. I've been dealing with nothing but trouble lately. And when I finally thought I could come home, the work just kept piling up.
Whatever. I ended up watching the Z1 with Mark anyway. Oh yeah, there was an accident over at Montmartre. Police came and everything. Nobody got hurt though.
An accident? I should have been there for you.
It was no big deal. Anyway, I'm staying the night at Sheena's. So you can spend all night working if you want.
I'm so sorry. Oh no, he's gonna be mad at him for a while.
I'm getting real sick of being played by my dad all the time. And it's not like I can't survive without him around. I mean, Sheena's parents are always letting me stay at their place. Maybe if I just moved in with them, Dad would get to work as much as he wants. And then everyone could be happy.
Oh god, no kid, that's... don't go that route. Oh, he's pretty mad, huh? Maybe there's some way I can explain it to him? Wait, hold on. Wasn't this the same thing that happened before? I guess I really haven't changed it even after the divorce. Yeah, you're still a workaholic, buddy. Okay. Grand Circuit. Let's see, I see a... Oh god, no.
Wait, who the hell is with them there?
Is it... Oh god. Well, I need to go there now. Well, this will be fun. Jorda, the Shadow Eater? X the Glinting Bullet. Oh god. Hi. How's the family outing? Oh no. Oh, for the love of Agnès.
This is a rather unusual place for a gathering of rogues.
I am at a loss for words. Hey, what's up, Arkride? Where you've been getting yourself into all kinds of trouble lately. Attaboy.
It's been close to a week since our last meeting, no? You all look awfully exhausted. Have you fallen victim to the post-vacation blues?
Yeah, I guess. Hey, wait a sec. We aren't here for small talk.
What on earth are you people doing here? You should see the look on your stupid faces. It's priceless. It's a normal reaction to seeing a couple of assassins chilling in a public place. That girl is like shockingly calm compared to her loudmouthed brother. I don't see the Oathbreaker anywhere.
Yeah, I'm guessing you punks aren't planning on starting shit, right? Well, if you're just here to enjoy the local delicacies, that's fine. Good picks, by the way. The rich cacao float and the blue cream and chocolate rose soda. This place is hidden gems. This motherfucker. The hell are you going on about? I just picked this at random. Oh, do you like sweets too? She's gonna vibe with him. She's gonna vibe absolutely with him. A fellow sweet buff? Wait, no. We are not bonding over this. Oh, you are bonding over this. Shut up now. I've got some questions and I want answers. First off, why in the hell are you 4 in the capital?
Direct as always.
Since when did you have a sweet tooth?
I may be partially to blame for that.
Yes. Oh god, actually sitting down to talk to them. Wait, so the old breaker willingly went back to the society? Oh, what? Okay. So the Agnès is back. Okay. Huh.
And he's meeting with this, with its upper echelon?
Oh god. Oh, they're cooking. They're cooking.
Said upper echelons are called the Agnès, and there are 6 currently among the rank. Well, I may have mentioned this on the island, but my dear Harvard has been a little too naughty this time.
Uh-huh.
We enforcers are required to apologize when we act out of line, but the same can be said to the people of his station.
Until that guy's done kowtowing before his master, the Katsura and I are stuck running a daycare with these little brats. Are we stuck doing the grunt work? They should have given this job to that ogre girl and her golden retriever of a prince. Okay, good to know that those two are still sticking with each other.
He must be talking about the crazy strong warrior from the Red Constellation. There isn't a Jaeger alive who doesn't know that corpse name.
I swear I've heard about the runaway prince before.
Red Constellation? Runaway prince? What in the heck are you guys going on about?
Cold steel, don't worry about that.
Want my take? I think this kind of gig is perfect for a couple of old has-been enforcers like you. Oh hey, I gotta ask, why are you babysitting us anyway? It's not like we're related to that hairy old fart. The only reason we haven't bailed is because we haven't been paid yet. As soon as the check clears, we're blowing this crapsicle stand.
She is an absolute mood.
This is perfectly fine by me, but until that moment arrives, we will be keeping you company.
Trust me, I'd rather be doing literally anything else. You kids are annoying as hell. I totally get why you guys would want to give them a piece of your mind, but if you raise even a finger to them, we'll have to break your arm. Sorry, I don't make the rules, I just enforce them. He just made a pun. He just made a pun. The direwolf just made a pun, a bad pun. Yeah, whatever. We've got bigger fish to fry anyway.
The floor is all yours. What you do from here is none of my concern. So go nuts.
Yep.
I'm curious whether your scheme will play out like you think it will. Should make for an interesting watch.
I wonder if he's actually gonna be back for the rest of this game, or if he's just gonna be gone. Because I have a feeling that the rest of this game is just gonna be dealing with the twins and the Garden Master and the Grendel. Speaking of bigger fish, the Oathbreaker hasn't been playing ball with the Garden Master since Nemeth, right? He did say he'd stepped aside that one time.
To my knowledge, he's out of action for now. But I wouldn't take an Oathbreaker at his word.
For all we know, he might even have your precious 3 and 9 under his thumb. I hope not. What? No. Like I said, you can never run from your past. It'll stalk you to the ends of the earth. The old 3's made himself into another man's puppet, and the old 9's chasing a guy who tossed her aside like yesterday's garbage. Tell me, does that sound like a happy life? It sure doesn't to me. Okay, Ix, you've made your point. My goodness. So, say what you will, they'll find happiness someday. I haven't known them for long, but even I was struck by how close a bond those two share. It's true that they hit a roadblock. In fact, we all have obstacles in our path right now. But we will overcome ours, and Sven and Nadia will overcome theirs. Sounds like you guys know about all the shit that's going down in the capital. Too bad Mommy and Daddy's got you grounded. Have fun watching us kick ass from your little playpen. Yeah, we'll put on one heck of a show. One that you're not allowed to take part in. They really have grown. Ah, shut up! This mushy will overcome everything in our way talk always makes me want to barf. Keep your puke to yourself, Ix. Anyway, I think you people are all bark and no bite, but if you want to try and prove me wrong, be my guest. I'm interested to see what ending you and the other 3 and 9 will reach. Whether it's a happily ever after or one that leads straight to the grave. As for us, the life we led was filled with killing and more killing. It wasn't a practically good life, nor a bad one. But now that it's over, I don't really know where we'll go from here. I haven't given our future much thought. Well, your sister is definitely more of a grown-up than you little shit. She's definitely proving to be a more interesting character than you, unless you're gonna also decide to grow up. That's fine. For now, you can just kick back, relax, and munch on the finest sweets in the capital while we do our thing. Once the old breaker's back, you're free to put in some 4 SPGs with me. I'm happy to take him on. Only condition is that the rowdy little punk has to chill the hell out. What? You think we'd give you a request? You must be totally blitzed if you think we do that. Hard pass. Actually, I may consider it if you tell me where to find some other good sweets. Well, she's more cooperative than he is. So you must be a regular here, the way you knew these were hidden menu items. Yep, I've already had a taste of every dessert this place has to offer, secret or otherwise. Speaking of hidden menu items, I've got another one for ya. The cheese foam frappe. It's rich in flavor with a depth of sweetness that'll keep you coming back for more. Try it next time if you haven't already. You won't regret it. Wow, you're definitely no poser. I'll keep your recommendation in mind. Can we wrap up this sweet tooth seminar and go already? No! These two are bonding, shut up! What, you're still here? Sure, it'll be tough to pull a fast one on the shitters here, but keeping us on a leash won't change how things turn out. Someone born from the darkness will stick out like a sore thumb in a world of light. Learning that is only a matter of time. But hey, no skin off my nose. Hate to break it to you, but darkness and light don't matter a bit. Extending a hand out from between them is what we spriggans do. Oh, and generally speaking, blabbing away when I never even asked only shows how much you care inside. You really know how to rile a guy up. Your personality is showing you, little shit. Your actual personality. Now that I think about it, letting you wander around the capital is like turning a fox loose in a chicken coop. Anyone pushes me, I'll push back. But I've got no interest in picking fights with weaklings. If Jin were around though, we'd already be at it. At least find a nice vacant lot away from the CVs before you duke it out. Don't get your panties in a twist. I'll settle the score with him eventually, but it ain't gonna be today. That's funny. The movable aside, you don't seem like the type to be so courteous about putting off a grudge match 12 years in the making. Oh yeah? And what do you know about it? Beyond the basics? Not much, but it did spend over half a year in Longlai. Well, ain't that a happy coincidence? We're gonna have you stand witness when our showdown finally happens. With every fiber of my being, hell no. Oh, you're gonna be witnessing it. You're sadly the protagonist of 3 games, apparently. I'm told that calamity has struck your place of work. Yeah, my baby on wheels got totaled too. Won't be able to do any decent business for a while, thanks to that. Remember my last visit there? It truly is a shame. Look who grew a heart all of a sudden. A shame I wasn't there to see it burn to the ground, that is. I knew there'd be a catch. And though your office was reduced to cinders, the first floor was hardly damaged at all. That, darlings, is the mark of a professional. Why, it's almost artistic. That's a unique perspective, to put it kindly. Definitely is. Holy hell, the biker gang is meeting. Normally we'd be celebrating the close of Z1 Grand Prix, but that went out of the window after what happened yesterday. They did manage to nab all the terrorists though, and the race is already slated to be rescheduled. Best of all, Maxim and Aslan made it out alright. Fingers crossed they tear up the track more than ever next time. Heck yeah. If there ever was a time to drink, it's now. Are you actually... I mean, she is driving and everything, but are you actually old enough to drink? I mean, what else are we supposed to do? The final race of the Z1 Grand Prix is postponed, and I don't even know for how long. I gotta get my racing fix. Well, not tonight, obviously. Locked back too many for that. You're definitely looking sloshed, trying to get too hard, you hear? Like I need you to tell me that. By the way, Wen, do you know anything about Lenos Racer? The one who showed up way late? It felt like I recognized them from somewhere. Beats me. Don't worry about it too much. From what I hear, it was someone they planted to catch the terrorists. Huh. Was it really? Never mind then, I guess. Anyway, where is the CID rounded up all the jerks who put us into this fiasco to begin with? That's worth raising a toast for. Here's hoping they get the Z1 Grand Prix rescheduled ASAP. Oh, more? You know, we never did get to settle the score with Lucio and his crew. My Kabul just got a pretty sweet tune-up, so I just might ask him for a rematch. Then I'll have that and the Z1 Grand Prix to look forward to. Good luck. Please don't drink and drive. Well, ain't this just a pit? And not the racing kind either. I can't believe those crazy maniacs got the Z1 postponed. We spent the rest of the day burning rubber to blow off steam. It really worked up our thirst though, so we came back to some drinks. Still not enough to kill the pain though. I know. Heights! You and me are gonna ride that Ferris wheel together. They won't care if I had a few pins, right? Are you serious? Of course they will. You're plastered out of your mind. Uh-huh. Love? Growing? Slowly? So what if we've been drinking? If I say I'm going on that thing, then that's what I'm gonna do. I ride around on 4 wheels all the time. How bad can one giant one be? You could barf. Oh boy, everybody's drowning their sorrows in drink. Alcohol doesn't really agree with me though, so I usually stick with mocktails and soft drinks. It really has been a hell of a day though. Fast forward to now and all of a sudden we're palling it up with the high bloods. Best case scenario, the Z1 Grand Prix will get to end on a good note too. Yesterday's race turned into a disaster. Now the finals are postponed until further notice. Let me on pins and needles, why don't they? I couldn't manage another sip once I heard all of the crashing and screaming from the track yesterday. That there weren't any casualties is a miracle. So tonight I'm gonna honor it by making up for the drinks I missed out on. Please, please.
Austin's so nice and such a gentleman too. I spotted him earlier and when our eyes met he nodded right at me. No wonder his fanbase has been on the rise.
Alright, nothing compared to a nice 40 frothy beer in a cool night air. You can get as loud as you want here too. Let it out and whoop it up. Okay, buddy.
My stuff can't be beat.
Soul Chef Burgers? Nice.
Good job, see? I knew you could do it.
What can I say? You taught me well. Poor guy. Holy shit, there's a lot of people here.
Yesterday's debacle blindsided us completely. Not once did we expect terrorists to infiltrate the raceway. It makes me ashamed to call myself a security guard.
I mean, buddy, not like you could have done much. Ladies?
I've noticed Maxim isn't flirting with you anymore, Leslie. Not obvious, huh? We were never a thing though, so it's whatever. Believe it or not, I heard he's actually dropped the whole Playboy routine altogether.
Damn. He's definitely improving.
Guess that means I'll have to set my sights on Aslan instead. Really now? He seems a bit too straight-laced to bite that apple. Well, what about you, Lin May? Anybody you're pinning after? Not especially, but if I did, I'd want them to have eyes for me and me alone. Someone from the pit crews could probably fit that bill better than any racer.
Well, I'll say this at least, they do not appear to be shell types.
You're the group that chased after Maxim and me yesterday. Thank you again for that, truly. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't terrified, but after talking it over, Maxim and I managed to patch things up between us. Luckily, they were able to sort out the race itself without damaging his career too.
Good to hear there's no hard feelings. You really are a stand-up guy, huh?
I wouldn't say that. If anything, my intentions were on the selfish side. See, Maxim was the one who inspired me to become a Z1 racer. He gave me the determination I needed to break out of a life of poverty and chase after my dreams. So in a way, he got you to where you are today. Yes, that's why it's important to me that we face off on the track fair and square. Luckily, it looks like we'll be getting a chance to do just that in the near future. I plan on polishing my skills in the meantime.
That's so. I'd better make sure I don't miss it then.
The doctors say I need to rest for at least 3 days while they monitor my condition. I couldn't just sit around and do nothing though, so I came back to the circuit instead. For now, I'll check in with Rodney and the crew. I plan to return to the track as soon as my body allows it. Those anti-immigration thugs tampered with our vehicle yesterday and left us none the wiser. It just makes me want to kick myself for letting it happen. Dawson's already moved on though, so I guess I can't stay sour about it forever. The whole team's gotta be in top form if we want to help Ingrid win this. You're friends of Maxim Lugan, correct? The speedway is closed today, but in this case, we can make an exception. Feel free to head in whenever you like.
I already did. Oh hey, these two ran into each other, didn't they? You again? Was our ill-fated encounter in Starboard not enough? I could say the same, Dahar. You only wish I chased your tail like a smitten little pup. Exactly what did you come here for today anyhow? Or do I even need to ask? I was feeling that our purposes are identical, save for your relation with Valis. Well, would you look at that? Both of us were thinking of investing in the same market. What a kick in the head. Indeed, especially since I presumed you would be fixated solely on Valis' local commerce. As it currently stands, however, I wouldn't bat an eye if we came face to face in a business setting. Just like old times, huh? Could be worse, I suppose. But make no mistake, I've got every intention of using you as a stepping stone when the chips are down. Oh, that won't be enough to daunt me. If it's a challenge you want, it's a challenge you'll receive. These two. Oh, God. The frequency with which we keep chancing upon one another has risen to a ludicrous degree. As a nobleman of Elsheim, I won't suffer this cad's blatant disrespect for our Grand Prince. But perhaps this would be an opportune way to take our feud in a more constructive direction. Does he truly believe I'm foolish enough to invest in nothing more than Valis' trade and mines? What an insult. But well, locking hordes on the same field after all this time should be entertaining enough. Yesterday was a grim reminder of how dangerous this Zenith 1 can be. It didn't seem to frighten my grandson much, but I'm getting second thoughts about supporting his dream of becoming a racer.
Race car drivers are so cool. They put their lives on the line every second they're on the track. I can't wait to be one. Then I'll get to feel the rush of an all-out deathmatch too.
What? Kid? Oh, adorable, they are meeting again.
Very sly of you, Munt, getting our fathers to accidentally run into one another like this. And now we get to have a moment together too. Elsheim provides funding for the Z1, so it only makes sense that Valis would take note of it as well. And that's just one of the many business ventures I can see our fathers having a shared interest in. It isn't hard to imagine what we can lead them into with a few shoves in the right direction. I knew I was right to put my faith in you, Munt. That said, who could have guessed our fathers were friendly rivals when they were younger? It came as a shock for me too, but the important thing is that we can use it to our advantage. Harkening back to our mutual zeal they stoked in the past should make them a little more flexible. It's all uphill from here though. Our fathers will only come around if both sides stand to gain. Oh, I'm sure it'll happen eventually as long as we work together. We just have to keep at it, one step at a time. I'm right there with you. Then maybe someday we'll get to be with each other for real.
Oh, sorry.
From now, we'll just have to steer our fathers toward having a change of heart. Maybe then I can lay the groundwork for me and Kyla to be together someday. I never imagined we could have so much sway over our family affairs. Still, as much as I also want to do something about our father's squabbling, Munt seems practically invested in it. Perhaps there's a hidden motivation for that? I highly recommend going on the Ferris wheel after dark. Seeing EDITH's nightscape sprawl out beneath you is just beautiful. It's odd though, that same scenery feels a lot more depressing when I'm riding alone on the deck on the clock. Oh, my dude. Oh.
So the final race has been delayed to a later date. My dream of a miraculous Red Star victory lives on. Right.
I beg to differ. Aslan is going to clinch it for Ingrid this time around. As if Maxine could ever lose. Edwas has this in the bag, guaranteed.
Wait, they're great.
Those anti-immigration terrorists are totally out of control. I mean, come on! They ruined the Z1 Grand Prix all for this stupid cause. This is serious business here. One wrong step, and we could have been toast. When everything went wrong at yesterday's race, my heart almost stopped on the spot. Good thing Aslan wasn't hurt. Otherwise, it would have shattered. Instead. A tire's grip is proportional to the amount of surface area that comes into contact with the ground. That's why the ones on the Z1 cars don't have any grooves. They only work on highly maintained racetracks though. You could never get the same level of performance on a public street.
Yup. Yup, wheels for race cars are definitely made for the surface they're supposed to be driven on. They're custom made.
Oh hey, these two are here.
All manner of official Z1 merchandise.
Oh, it's Elaine and the Arkride Solutions team. We heard about what happened.
Yeah, who would have thought the Kruga and Marduk would be starting fights in the capital? I mean, I guess I understand why it all went down, but Kingdom's been a real bitch.
Well, thank you both for your hard work. I'm sure you must have been busy with other things as well.
Oh no, it was nothing really.
Well, I'm no Alvis, but we do want to have to.
We do what we have to, you know? Yeah, really, this is all my fault, huh? Allow me to offer my apologies as well. Hey, we know you two weren't really the ones behind it all. Plus, it's not like there were any civilian casualties either. Yeah, I have to say, that part was pretty impressive. Not to say it wasn't still bad, but... Anyway, we've been doing some investigating around town as part of the cleanup effort. Just to make sure we didn't miss anything strange. So try and rest easy tonight, okay? You'll probably need all the strength you can get tomorrow. Don't know how much rest we can manage with the fearsome foursome sitting outside. The fearsome foursome. Aaron, I love you. Well, they don't seem to be up to anything malicious. We can probably just leave them be. Right, thank you once again, Alvis. Regina.
We even have rare items.
Yes, we really appreciate it. Of course. And if anything else pops up, feel free to give us a ring. Sucks what happened to the race yesterday. And since the CID and the whole investigation on lockdown had the whole investigation on lockdown, we couldn't even do anything to help. You know, I just had a thought. Don't they usually sell limited edition souvenirs based on whoever wins the Grand Prix? Wonder what they'll do now. Oh, that's right. You're a big car guy too, aren't you? Were you rooting for Leno yesterday? Not a problem? Look, I know he's not as big as he used to be, but when I was a kid, there was this racer named Carlos.
So take your time and enjoy your visit.
Ah, one of the guys I literally just talked with earlier. We don't exactly have time for a trip down memory lane right now, Alvis. Don't you want to check around the circuit for some leads? Oh yeah, looks like... Let's look by the Ferris wheel too. Good idea. No time to waste then. It would seem they have a pleasant evening ahead. Well, guess we all need a breather every once in a while. Ask her out on the Ferris wheel, Alvis. I will murder you otherwise. The authorities are on high alert at the moment. Can't say I blame them, given what happened yesterday. We've been keeping an eye out for suspicious characters too, of course, but we haven't really spotted any on our usual patrol routes. That's why we came here instead. After all, there's lots of places to hide at the Grand Circuit, like the Ferris wheel or behind the rock wall. Okay. Maybe I'm just imagining things, but I feel like me and Alvis have been flirting a lot tonight. No, he's just being a good coworker. It's not that deep, Regina. I don't think I've ever seen her look so conflicted before. Don't worry. I'm sure she'll be just fine. What's up? Why are you guys looking at me like that? Anyway, we'll take things from here, Elaine. You just make sure to rest up for tomorrow. Once we're finished here, I should look over the requests we have on the back burner. I've got to do everything I can. That includes looking back at what happened today. It turns out working to earn your keep isn't so bad. Race, ethnicity, social class, none of that makes a difference when it comes to good, honest labor. Perhaps I've had things all wrong this whole time. Hey, look at this guy. Look at you growing. A silver lighter. Gift for Kincaid. A silver lighter with the EDITH logo printed on it. I've made up my mind. From now on, I'm shelving my trains and collecting Model Z1 cars instead. The guy in the letter, Lucio, he told me to trust my gut, so that's what I'm gonna do. Carlos, by the way. There he is. There's the Legend of Wald. I was trying to figure out how to occupy myself during our on-tour free time. That's when I noticed the live stage performance they've got going on today. I can feel it soothing my soul from all the way over here. Maybe I'll go take a peek up close. Yeah, I was looking at that. I think our dear old singing friend with the guitar is down there. Oh yeah, I think it's him. Yep, Jess. So I'll keep waiting forever, no matter how long it takes. I'll keep searching for you.
One of EDITH's major landmarks.
Thank you, Theron Mall. You're a wonderful audience.
You'll also find the first
That's Jess, the singer-songwriter. He's drawing in a bigger crowd than usual. Yeah, word on the streets that he found his big break after moving to Crossbell. It's nice seeing a former old towner make a name for himself. I have to keep an eye on his career. Ah, so that's what happened. Oh, you have an update in your shop.
I will be writing a letter to the mayor later today. I have to report the latest happenings in this country. Opening this boutique was her idea, and given our modest success, I think we've proven there's a demand for Liberalian goods here.
And other various shops.
We may consider opening another store in the Republic, or perhaps we'll set up a consignment shop.
The new liberal
I'm quite pleased with the little ventures of ours. Being able to share a few pieces of Liberal with the rest of the world has made me very happy.
Oh, Charm de Manora? Gift for Agnès. A silver pendant with a bell made to look like a Manora flower. Ah.
Oh yeah, tonight we celebrate. The ad concept I submitted this morning made it past the revision phase, and about time too. For whatever reason, I had it in my head that modern designs were all about pizzazz.
Major landmarks.
But that wasn't the only piece of the puzzle.
Also find the Vern
The
Store, a
reparations
movie
bubble
theater, boutiques,
sent every
and other
industry into
various
full
shops.
throttle, so for several years the marketplace was absolutely flooded with information. As a result, high-impact advertisements that were packed with promotional texts were extra effective. Once I understood the context behind that trend, the trick to making a sleek, stylish design finally hit me. Am I a genius or what? My confidence is back and here to stay.
The
Understood.
Trion
I'll go ahead and get those documents revised.
One of Edith's
Right.
major landmarks.
Goodbye. Damn it. I was supposed to be off the clock, yet here they are saddling me with overtime.
And other various
Oh,
shops.
whatever. I was planning to spend my evening analyzing the nightly stock price movements anyway.
Visit the new liberal boutique.
May as well breeze through this work while I'm at it. Oh, hey, there's Ryan. It's a surprise to hear from you.
ZCF products,
In a good way, of course. I
and
couldn't be
even
more
assorted
thrilled.
tomatoes. Please
There's no
check it out.
telling yet how much of a difference I can make as a Republican statesman. But I hope I can still count on your support, in spite of all the burdens I've placed on you. Oh, I was thinking he's either speaking with his wife or Ellie. But he's speaking to Ellie.
It's alright, Father. I'm not upset about that, and neither is Mother.
Here you'll find
If
Trion
anything,
Tower.
you're the one who showed me how to protect what matters most. Whatever you do from here on,
Also
I'll be
find
right
Vern
there
Store,
behind you.
A movie theater,
Aw.
boutiques, and other various shops to peruse.
Thank you, sweetheart. Just you saying that is enough to keep me going. I'll be rooting for you as well, as you make your debut in Crossbill's political scene.
I appreciate that. Naturally, there's still plenty of rungs left before I finish climbing this ladder. But when I do, it'll be as a broad-minded, free-thinking politician you can be proud of.
Right. I just know you'll go far, Ellie. Give Diana and her father my regards too, won't you? Aww. I really am glad you called, by the way. It was just what I needed after stepping out of today's debate. I love you, sweetheart. You're a better daughter than I deserve. Oh, melting! Lulu and her partner are putting on a special performance tonight over at the concert hall. I have an engagement with my social dance group, however, so I'm not so sure I'll be able to attend. I figured the last I can do is buy them some sweet treats to make up for it. That brings me to my next problem. I know what Lulu likes best, but Sayla is a different story. It won't be long now before spring arrives. This year we plan to get into the spirit by offering a bevy of limited-time sweets exclusive to the season. What's more, the confection our store proposed was so well received that headquarters is working to add it to our line of merchandise. Imagine how the final product will look on shelves has me giddy with anticipation. Oh, you also have on your recipe macarons. Ma'am, you're always in here.
I did a great deal of shopping at the department store and the mall. I'm rather tired from all this walking around, but that's nothing a sweet, delicious cake from Quincy Parlor can't fix. I know it's nearly time for dinner, but I make it my policy to eat sweets whenever I feel the need.
You and Van would be best friends.
It's no surprise that President Graham Hart still came out on top in the end. But in my view, Senator Ryan still made an adequate showing, enough to serve as a stepping stone toward the next election at least. What are your thoughts?
I'd have to agree. He provided some very political views on international cooperation. It definitely bears considering, especially as Calvard's influence continues to expand beyond its borders. Perhaps this will serve as a call to action for the public to consider the course of our nation.
I feel very much the same. And while he may not speak for the Republican Party as a whole, the way he cut straight to the heart of the matter was something to behold. This will likely lead to increased support for Senator Ryan's stances among our younger and mid-career colleagues.
And that in turn could give him a window to break away from the more fringe elements of the party. We at the Tyrell Times will certainly have to keep a close watch on him.
Hi there, ma'am.
Speaking of Senator Ryan, he's been away for quite a while now.
Oh, I wouldn't worry about that. A call came in from a relative of his while you were away, so he stepped outside to take it. Most likely it's going on longer than expected. The two were estranged for some time, as I understand it.
I see. It must be the Crossbellan side of the family.
They immediately know. And you're back to being outside here.
Welcome to the Treon Mall. Here you'll find Treon Tower.
Well, today is the day. I'm going to walk through these doors and buy up every last limited edition spring tart in stock. I know precisely what you're thinking. Buying all those sweets is pure self-indulgence, not to mention selfish. But I don't care. My whole life has been leading to this very moment, so please, don't try to stop me.
Who said we would? And I thought Van was the sweets fanatic. No.
Many businesses settle their yearly accounts at the end of March. A great deal of people will try to buy up stock before then to rake in dividends and shareholder incentives. So from a shareholder's perspective, now might be the ideal time to sell stock in companies that offer those types of benefits.
Thank you. Thanks, I guess. Gonna go and deal in stocks now. I wanted to stop by the Vern store to ask about additional T-phone plans today. They have all sorts to choose from, whether it's based on how much calling you do, how often you use the Orbital Net, and what features you use most. Well, when I bought my own, the clerk suggested I get the basic plan just to try things out. But the T-phone's an essential part of my life already. I need a plan that better suits me. Oh hey, Lashkar is here.
So, you finished making the rounds apologizing to everyone? Mm-hmm. Though I think you're the one I should be saying sorry to most, kinda. We live together, but I never even bothered to ask you for help. It's alright, Lashkar. I get how you feel, loud and clear. Now pick yourself up and turn that gloomy mood around. If Annie were here, she'd tease you rotten about it.
Yeah, you're probably right, kinda.
I've gotta start looking forward. Not just for her, but for Kent and the others too.
Oh, moving forward finally.
Lashkar seems to have finally calmed down a bit. Now we just have to keep pushing forward for Annie and everyone else. Kana's right. Annie would probably crack a joke about who I am and what I did with the real Lashkar. I've got to start looking forward, not just for her, but for Kent and all the other Cray villagers too. A lot of places are selling T-phone accessories now. Apparently all kinds of industries want in on the market. I suppose it's only because everyone's so confident about the T-phone's future. As an employee of the Vern Company, I couldn't be more pleased. Honestly, it's kind of embarrassing that my son knows the T-phone better than I do. He's been able to teach me all sorts of things though, like how to access different recipe sites, how to call my friends. Oh, and today I was able to save some Mira by shopping on a store I found on the net.
Nice.
In exchange for teaching my mom how to use the Orbital Net, she lets me play games on the T-phone. Honestly, it's way more interesting than I thought it would be. Hope I can have my own someday.
Alright, I better start preparing for tomorrow. We have a lot of new product in stock, so I need to update our website. Oh, I nearly forgot. One of our long-time customers finally went out on a date today. I'll have to ask Jimmy how it went next time I see him. Oh, so he's somewhere in town. Nice.
About that new personal styling service I thought up the other day. Making it a reality necessitates an involvement in cosmetics and other industries, none of which we have the know-how for. And building up that expertise from square one would
take a massive investment in both money and time. In which case, I should revise my proposal draft to center around forming partnerships with existing companies. That's actually a very good idea. Just wait until headquarters hears about this. I'm about to revolutionize the industry a second time.
Anything of interest?
Excellent leather choker for Katra? A stylish leather choker that is both cute and cool. Katra is entering his golf phase. I always get the munchies whenever I come from these late night showings. My stomach likes to wait until the movie goes dead silent before it starts rumbling though. Oh, trust me. Whenever I'm recording something, for the Let's Plays it's fine, but when I'm recording Arknights, and I'm kind of starting to be peckish, and the music cuts off, it's super silent. It's either my stomach going super loud, or it's the dogs over on the other street yelling, barking. Sorry. Maybe I'll grab a light snack or something for dinner before showtime. Usually around this time of night, we get a lot of customers that feel like they need to see a movie on a whim. Although some of them do seem to be film connoisseurs as well. I guess they like the idea of watching movies in a quiet, half-empty theater. Not that I can blame them. It really amps up the atmosphere. Alright, both movies I've already seen, so this is just gonna be a bonding experience. Let's take Agnès. And sure, why not? Let's take Ren. Alright, I know that I've seen that movie for the 4th time now, but what the hell are you two gonna say about this thing? It truly is a precious thing, isn't it? Falling in love, I mean. The way Sherry was able to get her feelings across and how Helena finally learned to be honest with herself. Yeah, but hiding your feelings in a diary on a library shelf kind of feels like a sloppy way to go about it. Actually, I take that back. I can already hear Aaron calling me out of touch old fart in my head. He would say that, yes. In my opinion, not being able to see who you're writing to makes you want to know more about them. And I'm sure everyone gets nervous telling someone their true feelings, no matter how old they are. I was amazed at how Sherry just told Helena exactly how she felt. No hesitation. I wish I could be like her. Oh god, what about you? The line that stuck out to me was, "You're denying my feelings so I won't get hurt." On one hand, Helena did have Sherry's interests at heart, and on the other, and in reality, Helena was denying her own feelings to shield herself from potential heartache. That's unfamiliar to you? Sherry took it as Helena being kind. She could see enough right through her. Kindness can express itself in cruel ways, but at least in their case, it all ended okay. There's a fine line between love and compassion, but they're entirely different concepts. I can see how one might confuse the two. Pretty deep analysis for a high schooler. I won't be a high school student for much longer, you know. Oh, you have multiple doctorates under your belt. You were never a high schooler. At least not a normal one. Oh hey, there's Jimmy on his date. Well, that sure was a lot of fun. By the way, you're looking pretty good today, Jimmy. I was kinda surprised. Wait, really? Talk about a confidence boost. So would you want to go out again sometime? Of course. Oh man, I've got to tell... Oh, I've got to go and tell Najib. Cute. Okay, well, why don't we call it a night here then? Alright, I'll see you tomorrow, Jimmy. Hey, look at Jimmy, moving up in the world. Nishi's holding an event over at the department store on Station Street right now. It started early in the morning though, so they're probably wrapping up at this point. I wanted to go so badly too. Why couldn't they have done it on one of my days off? I wanted to say something, but whatever. Alright, who's up here? Oh, shit. Nina's here, apparently. We've been planning to hold an event to introduce the constellations in preparation for summer. In all of the Republic, Trion Tower is the one place that's closest to the sky. The event's sure to make for a wonderful experience.
The materials aren't ready quite yet, but I can't help being excited for it. Honestly, it's even had me looking at the stars more often.
Nice.
Relax and enjoy the heaven.
Hello, Nina. How's it going?
Hi, Nina. You here all by yourself? Oh, hello, everyone. Yes, I am. Judith already knows, considering we live in the same building, but my apartment's actually pretty close to Trion Tower. That's why I came out here to take breaks sometimes. It makes for a nice change of scenery.
Trion Tower's observation deck stands 250.
Plus, there are some things you don't notice when you're on
Everyone else's level?
Entire capital.
Huh.
such as the city lights below us. Every single one is a testimony to someone else's existence.
Feel free to take in the view of the city at night.
Yeah, we had this before. She is kinda struggling to find her own place in life, I guess? Or just find a meaning to her existence for whatever reason? At some point.
Just look at how many people there are. The city truly is wonderful, don't you think? And yet it's steeped in
so much sin? Oh, you'd said that with a very,
Trion Tower's observation
very serious expression.
15 arch above ground level.
Sin, huh?
Panoramic view of the entire capital.
Ooh, she is someone from the church.
But the observation deck will remain open. Feel free to take in the
No,
view of the city at night.
I mean, what else could she be at this point? Like, I had a couple of theories beginning with the little breadcrumbs that she was throwing out there, but ever since Ashlad looked at her like twice during that one portion of this entire act, I've been having like a feeling that she has to be someone from the church. The only question is who the hell and where. And of course, I do not want anybody to answer that. I am purely speculating here. But I mean, why else would he look at her like that? Either she is someone who is incognito from the church, and Ashlad is aware of it. But why would actually wait? Ashlad is the only one who looked at her like in that specific way of just like overseeing or kind of like noticing her or something. The Gralsritter, Celise and Leon, I don't believe ever reacted to her in any kind of way. So if it's only Ashlad that knows, but the others don't, is she maybe somehow connected to them, like their papal force order of things, or maybe she's someone who works directly with the Pope, but for whatever reason she's not with them right now. Could she be like in secret like the Pope? I would laugh my ass off if that's the case. Like suddenly the reveal comes along that whoever the actual Pope was died long ago, and she replaced them and has an existential crisis because of it. I would laugh my ass off if that's the case. Probably not, but yeah, if it's only Ashlad who is kind of like wary of her, either she was like a former heretic and he is like just being cautious around her. Maybe she got like pardoned by the church, or she's directly connected to the church. But if only Ashlad knows about it, then it has to have something to do either directly with the papal force or with the Pope himself or themselves. I don't even know. I don't think I've ever seen the Pope actually in this game. Anyway,
Nina? That was awfully strange.
I like that you guys are picking up on it. Hey, is everything okay? You're sounding pretty sentimental tonight.
Oh, I'm sure she's just stuck in method acting mode. It can be kind of hard to leave a character when you're deep. Right, Nina? Yes, I apologize, I hadn't meant to worry you.
Uh-huh.
Oh, but never mind me. I was so scared for you all after seeing the news this morning. Well, at least everyone seems to have made it out alright. I'm so relieved. Please try to be more cautious in the future.
Sorry, didn't think you'd be so worried for us.
I would have contacted you earlier, but we never really got the chance, so yeah, sorry. But anyway, I'm glad to see you're working so hard. Just make sure not to push yourself, alright? Of course. Thank you for your concern, Judith.
Who are you, my dear? Who are you? Will I finally get an answer in this game? It's kinda getting there. I feel like this game is slowly now throwing more and more breadcrumbs out there that she's someone connected to the church in some capacity. I'll wait.
Considering it ended in me getting to see you all, I'd say tonight's trip to the observation deck was well worth it.
Oh, you're a sweet goober.
Everyone, I know you're very brave and resourceful, but promise me you'll take care of yourselves, okay? Yeah, we promise, alright. You're such a very word sometimes.
Okay. Some kid dropped his juice in front of our stall earlier. He went over to the binoculars, so I figured I'd give him another one. But these heights are killer, man. Alright, calm down. You can do this, Dennis. Brief, man. Oh hey, her mom is here finally.
Oh, sorry to keep you waiting, Julieta. I totally lost track of time while I was shopping. It's fine, I'm used to it at this point. Besides, I like spending time on the observation deck. Were you thinking up some more stories for your picture books? Yep, today's was about a country girl who had a fated encounter with a handsome prince in a big city. Oh, how very romantic. You'll have to tell me all about it when we get home. Sure thing. Yay.
Aw. Mom likes her daughter's stories.
My daughter is so creative. I'm not sure where she gets it from, but you sure won't find me complaining. She has a rare gift, and I want to help her try and develop it as much as I can. Oh dear, it's getting awfully late, isn't it? We need to get home so I can make dinner. My little girl must be starving. I'm gonna whip up something extra nice just for her. For some reason, my imagination runs especially wild when I'm here on the observation deck. Mommy and my friends at Sunday school really like it when I tell them all the stories I've come up with. That's probably why I like making picture books so much.
This girl is gonna get far in life.
I still can't believe what happened at yesterday's race. Well, at least Aslan didn't get too hurt, but what those stairs did is unforgivable. Now that I think about it though, I wonder if they'll reschedule the race. I mean, the winner's still undecided, right? I wanna know who beats who.
Oh, they already did, don't worry about that. Where's my favorite cryptic painting girl? Hello!
Today I sketched them all from the north along the freeway. It took me all day to do it, but the result is phenomenal. It's like I finally found the missing piece of a puzzle. I'll be able to replicate the tower's true essence any day now. Just a little more, just another push and I can do it.
Aha! So, that terrorist attack at Z1 yesterday, I wasn't actually involved patrolling the area at the time, but still, it's frustrating to know I did nothing to stop it. I mean, we're the police! Well, at least no one died, and the CID was even able to capture everyone responsible. The fact remains, though, that we were unable to fulfill our duty. No, we had to leave it to the CID. I feel so powerless.
I heard there was an explosion in Old Town today. Thankfully nobody was hurt. Inspector Daswani and the others spent their initial investigation trying to determine whether or not it was an accident. However, that's when the CID took over. Pretty suspicious if you ask me.
Don't ask questions, girl. I still can't believe there was a terrorist threat at yesterday's Z1 race. I heard there weren't any casualties though, and they even managed to catch the organization responsible. We need to nip things in the bud before it happens again. Arkride Solutions, if you manage to come across any more information regarding this incident, please report it. Ooh, seems we've finally gotten over the peak. That being said, I expect the new fiscal year to be just as busy. Well, regardless, we finally have time for a break, and that means I'll have time to use my personal T-phone. What should I look for on the Orbital Net? There's music, a movie posting site, an encyclopedia, Gerber idols... Oh, no, not that one. He caught himself. Very quick.
I've been Carol's replacement for quite a while now. I feel like I've mostly gotten a handle of things, but Am I really doing this right? See, I want to grow into a clerk worthy of the Erland name. The manager hasn't had to discipline me lately, so that's a good sign, but that doesn't mean I can start slacking. Time passes so quickly. Whenever I see someone come in to buy new clothes, I can't help being reminded of that fact. You see, changing what you put on your body is incentive to change your mindset as well. That's why it's important to mix up your wardrobe when you enter a new stage in life.
White Lily Compact. Gift for Nina. Oh, for Nina. Nice. A compact mirror with a splendid white lily tree printed on it. Huh. White lily, Oh god, these are updates. Oh... What's the difference? That's not that much. I think I'm fine.
Good work, team. You all are doing great. Props to you for practicing your butts off while the away team's been gone.
Basketball players, not even names. Thanks for tonight, Fraula. You really know how to psych us up. Kirk and the rest of the crew are gonna be blown away when they see how much we've improved. We're free to use the court all we like, so we're going to make the most of this chance to hone our skills.
Wow, everyone's so pumped up today. I feel like cheering you guys on twice as hard.
You know, we probably wouldn't be this motivated if it weren't for you. We got a lot to thank you for. For real, before your show, things were really tense around here. So tense that you could cut the air with a knife. Simon would always take charge whenever things got out of hand.
That's surprising to hear. I mean, I knew you guys had a lot going on back then, but you're all such good people. It's just hard to imagine this crew being on pins and needles.
And we still would have been if not for you. You helped us change for the better. In fact, I'd say you've been just as much of a positive influence on us as Simon's been.
Oh, come on. There's no way that's true. Don't give me that much credit.
Oh, you're doing great, little one.
I'm not doing anything special. I'm just hanging out with them and cheering them on. Why are they hitting me with the barrage of thank yous? I don't get it. I'm just doing what any good friend would do. Wait, am I embarrassed?
Maybe. Oh my god, I just noticed over there. How did I pass them? Anyway, you're doing fine. They like you. You guys having a date? What's happening here? So, your father didn't make it back to the Eater, huh? Didn't he just break his promise with you the other day too? You sure you're alright?
Well, I'm a bit sad, but I think my father might be even more concerned about breaking his promise. I know he cares very deeply for me after all, so I suppose I'll just have to patiently wait for him to come home in the meantime.
Well, alright. Guess it would suck to fake another kidnapping for you. Please don't.
Hey, I never asked you to do that. Besides, I'm perfectly content spending time with this one Eddie friend of mine. I've even become friends with his mother as well. Thanks to them, I don't have to feel lonely anymore.
Oh. I still think it's weird you're close with my mom now. Makes sense though. If I'm remembering right, she lost her mom some time ago.
Sorry, did you say something?
Nah, it's nothing. Alright, why don't you stop by Old Town again? Everything was kind of a mess last time you came. And even though it freaks me out a little, I'm sure my mom would... It freaks me out a little, huh? I'm sure my mom would like to see you again.
That's a wonderful idea. But I suppose that means I have one more thing to look forward to.
I swear, this radio is perfectly placed here to distract me every time with very known music.
By the way, I heard there was an explosion in Old Town. Is everything alright with your mother? And what about her store?
She's fine, and nah, I didn't see any damage.
Oh, thank goodness. I was just about ready to tell Rumsford to find the best doctor in the city.
You'd spare no cause for us, huh? Oh, adorable. Game too adorable. Come to think of it, been a while since I first set up shop here. Oh my god, I just noticed the table over there. Hi, Gotti. And why are you 1,000? Back in my younger days, I'd bring my stall to all sorts of places, but this is where I chose to settle in the end. It can be kind of nice to try my hand in the other parts of town, though. Maybe I'll take the time to return to my roots every now and then. Hey, big boy, something happened today? Well, tonight's looking like a good night, so if you want a change of pace, why don't you go for a drive with me? I like seeing all the hidden sides of the city. Don't let miss out, do ya? Never change, Giordano, never change. You know, I've really got to hand it to you, cause Kanza. Night's soba was tasty as all get out. Dinners that don't need a helping of alcohol on the side are rare indeed. But now that it's over, will I grab a ring with me? This guy. Oh, hello. You guys came at the perfect time. Wanna come drinking with us? Not really. I gotta say though, definitely never expect to see you two together. Well, I ran into him while I was leaving my hotel room earlier. Mine is apparently right next to his. It would seem our meeting was fated, so I invited him out for a drink. Never would have thought you guys know each other though. I originally told him I'd like to pass, but as the rumors say, Director Gotti just doesn't take no for an answer. Why do I feel like I should be the one apologizing? Alright, that's enough of that. Let's get back to the important stuff. 1000. Who would you prefer to go drinking with? Someone who's the pretty type or the cute type? Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. We got both types here. Come on, let's head to our first stop. Would you please wait a moment? Stop ignoring everything I say. Sounds like 1000's in for a rough time. That Gotti never changes, huh? Nope. Apparently, 1000 used to be the CEO of the Vern Company, but now he's unemployed. He seems a bit down about it all. Maybe some drinking will help raise his spirits. You're gonna employ him somehow, I know it. I'm glad I have the chance to make an acquaintance with Director Gotti, but I hadn't expected him to be so overbearing. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure I'll be able to keep up with him. Maybe I should have stayed in and ordered some room service. Baby. Who the shit is in the— oh, Sarah and Sahina. Oh my god. Okay, I'll leave that for the end first. It seems the political debate and symposium went off without a hitch. But with what happened at the Z1 race, we will not be easing up on our security, not while we have VIPs here. We do not take this responsibility lightly. When the NPCs come to you, marvelous. Rest assured that the safety of the hotel is at the forefront of our minds at all times. I believe Miss Berzelia is out speaking with Eddie right now. Manager and Rouncewell agreed to their meeting, so I suppose it's alright. I can't help but feel we should be keeping an eye on her though. She's fine. What happened at the Z1 yesterday was incredibly unfortunate. Well, at least our VIP guests found no problem in returning to the hotel. We haven't had any issues with today's events either. I only hope their time with us continues to act as a reprieve from their troubles. Politicians? With Langdon, okay. I must say I was quite impressed with the president's speech. His refute of that one assemblyman in particular was remarkable. As always, his entire demeanor was magnificent. And of course, I'm sure aides like you were the ones to help bring him to such a level. I'm glad to hear you were so impressed by it all. However, I'm afraid the president was the one who did most of the work, although we did do our best to support him on the daily. Anyway, Langdon, I'm aware of how kind you've been to our party in the papers. We'll make sure to maintain good relations in the future. That being said, no matter how grateful we feel, we will not be following in the footsteps of our predecessors. You will not be gaining further access to our administration. I just wanted to make that clear. Yes, of course, I wouldn't want to cause trouble for you on the president, after all. Looks like I'm going to have to play the long game here. I should have known they'd make things more complex. As my plans to speak directly with the president will have to be on pause for the moment. That's fine. I'll just use my other connections to work my way in. This guy. No matter how you look at it, this debate allowed us to shed a good light on both our party and the president's ideologies. Unless something unprecedented were to happen, I believe the next election should be fairly safe for us. The president made an incredibly constructive argument in the debate. It sounded like we'll be able to rely on Langdon's article to bolster our party's approval rate as well. Honestly, Marielle had me on pins and needles for a bit. I had no idea she intended on being so direct with both parties. And you could tell she wasn't winging it either. Her questions had some real depth to them. Nice! Well, regardless, I'm happy the debate provided an opportunity for better relations, both between the police and the assembly. Hopefully we'll remain standing as the Republic's main pipeline of information for the current administration.
Oh, I almost forgot. Polanski's supposed to be attending that political debate today. I wonder, do I really need his help? Wait, what am I saying? The more choices I have, the better. Once things settle down, I'll do everything in my power to get him to back me. This time for sure.
If you're looking for Miss Berzalia, I believe she is nearby speaking with Eddie.
Already found her, don't worry about that.
Eddie has been operating his stand here in the Sidon district of late. She tries to meet with him when he does so. It may be night, but the young miss is carrying a mobile device on her person. Also, if anything were to happen, she is within a reasonable distance. You see, I've been trying to allow her more freedom lately, with certain caveats, of course.
Alright, this loaded table here. Hi everybody, how's it going?
Are you really alright, with us eating food this expensive?
Of course I am. It's the least I can do as a thanks for your assistance. After all, you two are the ones who managed to bring both our security chief and our concierge out of their daze.
Yeah, and since the GM is paying, feel free to eat whatever you like. Well, sounds like we got the all clear, Sarah. Let's dig in. But...
And of course, you all deserve some thanks as well. It was no big deal.
Yeah, well done, you guys. Fairy, Rosette, how are you feeling? You two had us really worried. I'm glad our dance managed to reach you in the end. Yeah, we're fine now. Sorry for all the trouble I caused. I'd like to apologize.
Jesus.
I'd also like to apologize. I know words are hardly enough, but I'm incredibly grateful for what you did for us. Well, you're right about words not being enough. It took forever to snap you out of it. Still, I know it wasn't your fault, so don't go making that face, alright?
Besides, this incident allowed me to confirm once again how indispensable you are to us.
It's an honor to hear you say so, sir. Anyway, I can tell you guys are still pretty busy. Just try to remember to rest when you can, okay? Yeah, if anything else were to happen to you guys, Sarah might just get on a
Holes here. Jesus Christ, Sakina.
Sakina, we don't need to give them anything else to worry about.
Gotcha. We'll do our best to stay out of trouble. This single incident came out quite a cost for our company. Our biggest concern would have to be the injuries Vice Chief Hassan sustained. Of course, I intend to make reparations on behalf of Marduk. I'll be taking responsibility for all the damage done to your office as well.
Thank you!
And just so you're aware, I've already ordered the security chief to tie up any loose ends. The dedication that man shows for his work is truly awe-inspiring.
Is that so?
William Thorndyke. I can never get a read on the guy.
He is sleazy.
I'm really happy with how everything turned out, but it bugs me that the true culprit's still out there. I'll make sure they pay for what they did to my friend.
Mirabelle, my beloved, it's gonna be fine.
If I find anything, I'll pass it on to you guys as soon as I can. Just try not to let your guard down, alright? We can do this. Of course. Thank you very much, Mirabelle. I'm just glad that our dance could be of use. But it worries me that whoever did that to their memories could still be out there. Well, if there's anything we can do to help, just let us know. And please take care. I'm not sure I really understand this whole memory rewrite thing, but I'm glad Fairy's okay. Well, now that things have calmed down, I'm starving. Sarah's being all polite, but it's not like we get this chance every day, you know? I'm just gonna say thanks so I can get to eating.
I like her. Jesus.
I never did get to see Sarah and Shahina perform.
I'm sure you'll get another chance. You can think of it as something to look forward to.
Yeah, you're right.
I'd be happy to accompany you when the time comes.
Cute. Also, I'm happy that I walked out of this thing. I don't know if this sentence would have triggered if I would have just teleported into the next district. Anyway, speaking of... Oh, that's her brother, Kirk. Okay, right.
Honestly, Kirk, I come to see you after finishing up my shift, and there you are, gloating away. There's nothing wrong with celebrating a victory, but there's no reason to trash talk the other side. I have to admit, though, I'm impressed at how good you've gotten at basketball.
Chop it already, would ya? I wasn't even rubbing it in that hard. I can't believe she got the jump on me. And on my way back from our match against the Tyrell crew too.
Still too cool to listen to your sister, huh? Forget it then. That's not what I came to talk about. Are you busy on the 12th next month? There's somewhere I want to take you.
Sorry, Lucia, but I already booked for that day. My team's counting on me, you know. I can't just bail on them.
I see. That's too bad. I was really hoping you could stir up some motivation in you. Maybe I should just go by myself. That way I can at least tell him about it. I really thought this could be a good opportunity for Kirk, but oh well. Still, he's definitely mellowed out, and it's not like this is the last chance he'll ever get. Maybe I should just take a step back and let him grow up at his own pace.
Maybe. I get it, Lucia and my dad are just trying to look out for me. But I've already thought things through. If they keep butting in, it'll throw me off my game.
You turned down a promotion? Why would you do such a thing?
Well, it was a pretty high-paced job they were offering. I'd be establishing trade routes halfway across the continent. I figured maybe my leaving wouldn't be so harsh on you two if I could take you back to our homeland. But then you mentioned how you've gotten used to life in the Republic, so I thought it might be nice to spend time with my family instead.
Darling, you did that for us, but doesn't that mean you'll be at a standstill in your company?
I'm sure there will be plenty of opportunities in the future, don't worry. But when it comes to time for family, I'll never let the chance pass me by again. So, would you be willing to stay in the Republic with me?
Of course, my love. Was there ever any doubt? Yay, I love spending time with you, Papa. Now the Republic will be even more fun.
Oh, nice.
I worried that I wouldn't be able to acclimate to the Republic back when we first moved. But eventually I managed to settle in. Better yet, my husband will finally be living under the same roof with us again. Perhaps we have Arusha to thank for keeping our family together. We're all gonna live together from now on, just like we did in Elsheim. Maybe now my daddy can take me to go and see all the cool places there are in Calvard.
Who would have thought they'd be so happy about me turning down a promotion? I'm glad I did though. If the two of them really have gotten used to life here, then maybe our good old days as a family aren't far behind. April is almost upon us, the season of chance encounters and tearful goodbyes. Some students graduate while others are freshly enrolled. Either way, it tugs at the heartstrings. This time of year always reminds me of the value there is in interacting with those who visit my cafe. How much comfort have I been able to provide to those setting off on a new journey? How much will I be able to provide to those who've come to start one? My thoughts inevitably turn to such questions. Deep. When you run a cafe as long as I have, you can't help but develop a parental affection for the students and other regulars who stop by. I look after and support them in the best way I can, by pouring my heart into granting them a moment of repose. I'm sure each of my predecessors cared for the customers of their days and ages in much the same way. Holy shit, there's a lot of people up here. Oh, it really is all the students. Hi. How's it going? Oh my god, that's a lot of pancakes. Where's the pancake enjoyer?
Hey, Agnès. Hi, sorry I couldn't accept your invite. I know this get-together was supposed to double as a school festival meeting. I see the girls splitting off into their own group. Well, duh, some things you just can't talk about when there's boys around. Thelma's really in the loop when it comes to this kind of dirt. Dirt on what exactly? There, Sigourney. You'll catch up in no time, Anyway, everyone's finally settled on what direction they're taking for their school festival events. I know it can't be easy to balance all this stuff with your part-time job. But the final stretch is coming up, and we're gonna need all hands on deck to get through it. Right, I won't let you down. Glad to hear I've got the student council permission to go nosing around in people's business now. But don't worry, I promise I'll still make time to ask Arya for advice tonight. This is going to be so much fun.
Oh boy.
Between my indie movie and helping the student council, I've got a ton going on, but the light at the end of the tunnel is finally in sight. So tonight I'm gonna eat, drink and chat it up, then catch a late screening for the cherry on top. You've always got energy to spare, Xinyan.
She really does.
I was so sure the school festival would be out of my element back when Thelma convinced me to volunteer. It turned out to be a great experience though. I feel so accomplished already, and the event isn't even here yet. There's still a lot left to hash out, but I won't stress as long as we know we're going with this. The final stretch is coming up, so make sure to get some rest in when you can, Agnès. Thanks for that, I'll try.
Seek out never before seen
Hi boys, what up? Lyle here.
The Adventures of Rockford, Golden Calamity.
Hey Agnès.
In theaters now.
Hello, Albert. I see the boys split off into their own group.
Yeah, nothing wrong with spending some quality time with the guys once in a while, right? That's what being a teenager is all about, after all.
3-point heat. Now playing.
What I said.
Take wing.
Eating alone is fine, but having company it does make food taste better. Sure, speak Edmund, pick one. Sorry about that. I'll catch you up on anything we discussed later. You just focus on your part-time job for now.
I will. Thank you, Albert.
The Saga of Ravana. The Return of the
Lan has the right of it. All work and no play, as they say. Yeah, this is good. This is a good opportunity for us guys to bond more. Gotta say though, Julian here's the man. What he did yesterday will stick with me for life. I mean, come on, working with the CID to capture a terrorist cell at the Z1 Grand Prix? It's straight up wild. Even I almost started getting hard eyes over him. Jesus Christ. I'm part of an event we're holding at the cafeteria. I've racked up a lot of experience in doing food crawls. So I guess I'll draw from that for the finishing touches. Please swallow your food before you talk. The cat is still fascinated with her.
I came to see what Kageyoshi was meowing about, and what should I find but an arrest in progress?
Oh yeah.
What's more, the man they cuffed is a con artist the police had on their wanted list for ages now. I can't believe they just caught him. How did it ever happen? Wait, don't tell me. Did you sense this coming all along? Oh, Kageyoshi, I knew you'd come through. You don't suppose this little guy really does have a sixth sense, do you? Maybe I should start putting him to use then. I mean, there's only so much excitement pouring over pages can bring me.
Next game, this girl is gonna be a witch apprentice. I can't speak for anyone else, but it's my belief that the performing arts will diversify quite a bit moving forward. Both the models and I work with and other forms of entertainment such as idols are sure to grow in fame and popularity. The question then is how to find the unpolished gems among the masses. No doubt it will require us to view people from a variety of angles. More so than we already do. Perhaps it's time I found some new inspiration and broadened my aesthetic perspective. The dichotomy of this street. Dancing and cheering? Arrests. Damn it, if only the police weren't here. Well done, officers. Can't believe you managed to nab the guy without any backup. I mean, the guy completely changed his appearance too. None of the new details were even out yet. You guys are role models for sure. Anyway, you two go on ahead. We should be okay to deal with the rest, alright? Right.
It was sort of an accident though. Of course, we're always on the lookout, but no way I can tell him the truth. I mean, who would have thought the suspect would be some guy at a matchmaking party? Oh!
He was at the matchmaking party, what the shit?
Oh, don't be so modest, Karen. She's always been adept at using her observation skills. Got a pretty good memory, too. She's probably recognized the guy from an old wanted poster or something. Don't worry, I won't tell them you were focusing so hard on their faces because you wanted to know who was more handsome. Nancy, please! This group blind dad was supposed to help me mentally reset. But what I got instead was a heroic escapade. Now my brain's stuck in work mode again. Wouldn't be surprised if it drove off all the hot guys too.
It's fine, don't worry about that.
The way Karen scrunched her face up before pouncing on the con artist was priceless. She was like a woman possessed. I haven't seen her like that in a long, long while. Too bad it scared most of the boys at the party out of their wits. I did hear somebody whisper about how cool she was though. Wonder if Karen picked up on that.
Hey, she's a cool chick.
Hold up, do you see that hunk getting arrested over there? That's the same guy who's been making bedroom eyes at me lately. It has to be. I overheard him calling him a scammer, but no way. Was he just marking me as his next target?
Oh damn, she did talk about that recently.
This fling was dead out of the gate. Guess what? My new spring medley is selling even better than the winter combo did. Talk about the fruits of one's labor, huh? It just goes to show how popular seasonal ice creams can be. Obviously, I'll have to make summer and autumn ones to finish the set, but tackling other themes would be fun too.
No, she's the only one in here.
It sounds like the political debate paid off in spades for Marielle. This is a field she's always been dying to cover, so her excitement was full to bursting before the event even started. But that was nothing compared to afterward. You should have seen her how eager she was to start on her article. No doubt it'll make for a great read. I can hardly wait to see it. Speaking of Marielle, she's out having a meal with an NGO member nearby. The environmental symposium was held at the same time as the debate, so she wanted to ask about it in order to add a variety of perspectives to her article. She's really coming into her own, huh? Think I would be proud, I bet.
He would. Don't get me wrong, it does my heart good to see Esprit's usual crowd coming and going like normal again. But these are die-hard regulars we're talking about. There's no way they wouldn't notice me whenever they visit, right? So why don't more of them buy any popcorn for me? I've even been calling out to every familiar face on site. Well, you're maybe overdoing it a bit? Hello, you old grump. Korean films tend to put out quality works, such as my Casablanca, which I watched yesterday. Robin, the Lady Justice came from the same studio. What I like about both of them is that they hold to a consistent theme. Movies nowadays like to shoehorn in popular songs or love scenes that are wholly irrelevant to the main storyline. Korean films, on the other hand, place its focus on the actual sustenance, without any window dressing to distract from it. Apparently, the collaborative production between director Gaudi of Vegas Films and director Lam of Kowloon Pictures is coming along smoothly. I'm told that much of it was shot in far-off locales. The sheer scope of the project compels me greatly. One can't forget that it also serves as part of charity campaign for last year's tragedy at Cray Village. That alone should cement its place in cinematic history. I wish it the best of luck at the box office. What's happening here? What? Was she scared?
Shay didn't scare me a bit. Really didn't. But as far as horror movies go, I'd rather pick the ones with shark monsters. I mean, come on. Things with actual physical bodies feel way more believable than ghosts, you know?
Uh-huh.
Have you seen Robin, the Lady Justice from Orion films? After various delays due to construction and such, we'll definitely be screening it from today onward. The movie itself is a social problem drama centered around the shortcomings and injustices of the legal system. Judith Lancer plays the lead role beautifully, too, despite it not fitting her usual style. It really is a breath of fresh air.
A movie I haven't seen yet, Shade, leaving soon. Oh, horror, nice. Okay, taking Judith, taking Shizuna.
Thank you for your visit today.
Oh, this will be fun. Lizzie, a diffident introvert, is struggling to adjust to her new public-facing job. One night, she stares into the mirror and whispers to her reflection, "I wish I could change. I wish I could express myself. My real self." Several days pass, and suddenly Lizzie finds herself inundated with thank yous and incessant praise for her successful sales streak. Lizzie contemplates how things might have happened, and despite the insanity of the idea, begins to wonder if this was the work of another her. One day she notices a co-worker slacking off and thinks to herself, why bother coming to the office if you're not going to do anything? Other stray thoughts run across her mind, such as, I wish my annoying neighbor Barbara would just die already. The next day, Lizzie learns the slacker got into a traffic accident on the way to work. Distraught, she races over to Barbara's apartment.
No! Don't come any closer! Stop! Please!
Barbara, are you okay? My, how curious. Since when did I have a look-alike? No, it's just like I feared. My wish actually came true. Please, just drop the knife. I don't want this. I don't want this at all. Liar. You know, you remind me of how I used to be. A filthy, yellow-bellied coward. But I'm not that person anymore. I changed. I decided to accept myself just as I am. Now I have the courage to make my own choices, like killing poor, miserable Barbara.
Two Lizzies? What's going on? I don't understand!
There's no time to explain. Barbara, get up! We have to run! So, I have my very own doppelganger, and she actually thinks she's the real me. How cute. I'll allow her to live out that fantasy for a while. Ever since I made that wish, I've felt so free. But if she tries to take that away from me, I'll cast a light on that two-faced lie and make her fade into nothing.
The twist. The twist. Also, goddamn, this acting was like a stage play. Very drama in the voice. Oh god, what are you two gonna say about this?
Why did the main character immediately jump to, oh no, I might have a doppelganger? I don't know, it all seems a little contrived to me.
Wow, didn't think I'd be hearing a scathing critique from you.
I will say that the twist caught me off guard. I had no idea that the Lizzie who was after Barbara was the real one. The contrast between her introverted self in the first half and the psychopath she turned into in the second worked in the movie's favor.
I mean, that would be definitely a very good twist for a narrative. Now that I think about it, that thriller from last year, Sober Curious, well, was also about how we all have two sides. In the end, sometimes the most terrifying monsters are humans themselves.
There was a superstition about something similar in the place I grew up. They called it sleepwalking. The idea was that your spirit will leave your body and form another version of yourself. That was said to be an omen of death. So, what do you think? Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, I could see that being a thing in Eastern horror.
Oh, by the way, I'm not actually the real Shizuna.
Sure. You know what's scary? I can't tell if you're joking. Hey, box office buff, this was the last one? Yeah, boy. Hey, you ranked up finally. Oh shit. Oh shit, did you find out the truth? Peter, did you find out the truth?
Oh, oops, sorry. I think I have the wrong person. No, you were right actually. If I'm your new manager, and I plan on doing everything in my power to whip you into shape. Nice to meet you.
Huh? You're joking, right? Right? Wait, does it mean you're the daughter of the company's president my father's indebted to?
What? Did you only just figure that out? I mean, we even passed each other a few times when you were still in that acting school. You really are thick-headed, huh?
You should have said something. Anyway, having you as my manager... I think I'll,
You're not getting away this time. Both our dads tasked me specifically with finding a cure for your lack of motivation. Oh, come on. There's no need to be so tense. We're going to make you an A-list celeb in no time.
What has my life come to?
By the way, none of this needs to change the relationship between you, Sen, and I. And if I hear you blab to her about all this, so help me. Well, I trust we have an understanding, right, Peter?
Yeah, I get it. I get it. Just stop smiling like that already. He's dead. So it turns out the accident at Z1 was a terrorist plot all along. Good thing Aslan made it out alright. It's a wonder no one else was hurt. Yeah, that's what they say. The Tyrell Times did a whole piece about it. You pick up a lot while you're out cycling though. Right, Vandal? Don't suppose you heard any dirt about those terrorists being a cover-up story? Or heck, maybe you caught a glimpse of the real culprits out on the road? What do you think I am, a CID spy? Let me guess, those message boards have been filling your head with conspiracy theories, and now you're hoping I'll prove them right. You got me. All these two. Don't get me wrong, I genuinely am glad nobody was killed. Otherwise, I'd feel like a total jackass hyping up all these conspiracy theories. It's not just me either. People are more comfortable using things as gossip fodder when it isn't over someone else's grave. To be honest, I haven't been seeing nearly as many freak accidents as usual lately. Not that I mind, keeping a healthy distance is what makes urban legends and rumors so compelling. I'd rather not run the risk of becoming one of the poor saps who gets caught up in them. Kunming still doesn't have the slightest idea what we go through. Then again, honest people like her are the ones we ought to protect most. It'll be a chore, but at the very least, I'll pull the right strings to keep her fingers out of the wrong pies. Damn, nice buddy. Oh, there she is.
Miss Mao, I'm a little out of the loop, but you said a new family started up in Langport, right? If so, then congratulations! Breathing some new life into the organization can only make it better, I'm sure.
I mean, sure.
Kunming, save that kind of talk for after business hours. Oops, sorry Miss Mao, the bits and pieces I heard this morning just had me curious. That's fine, but if you want to keep this job, you're going to need to learn some discretion. Still, that you would extend as well wishes over this speaks to a pure and innocent perspective I hadn't thought possible. And that's one of your good points, Kunming. I'm not the least bit upset about it. We'll do all that we can to get back on the ball and keep kids like you safe. You kinda lost me there, but thanks, I think. If only she knew the things we go through.
Oh. Wait. Huh? Oh, that was him. That was him. If only she knew the things we go through.
I'm not really into the know about Hayway, but they added a new family, right? Doesn't it make them bigger and better now? Sounds pretty congratulations-worthy to me.
Good God. We've been taking a wait-and-see approach to things, hence why our
recognition of the Lee family followed so closely after the Liu families. The important thing is that the Lees and the Lius have finally worked out their differences. I hope for a fruitful relationship with the both of them.
Uh-huh. Oh, hey! Oh, wow, this is a table. Hi.
Good job today, Tova. I had to keep my eyes on the debate for a while, but we had a simulcast of the symposium going too. And honestly, I think your speech was met with the most applause I've ever seen. Well, thank you. I only hope we're able to come together on some of the solutions proposed.
Hi.
Oh, you guys made it. I'm so glad to see you all safe. I'd heard there weren't any casualties, but I was still worried, you know. Me too, and when Agnès didn't answer my calls. Sorry, I guess we were just too busy to notice.
Well, as you can see, we're perfectly fine. Still kind of dealing with the aftermath, though. Anyway, weren't you two in the middle of something?
That's an awfully obvious subject change. But yeah, I was just getting a few interviews with some members of the ICO. And she's been doing a wonderful job of it too. Of course, it doesn't hurt that she's so easy to talk to. I'll be sure to have all my students read your articles as soon as they're published. What do you think, Agnès? That sounds like a great idea. I'm glad to see all of you safe and sound. I'll get in touch again once the reports from this symposium are ready.
You know, I wonder when Tokyo Xanadu 2 or whatever they're gonna call it is gonna be finally out. They are working on it. They are working on it. They did tease it. They are working on a new Tokyo Xanadu. But I wonder if they're gonna bring the version of Toa they have over there back. Because that was still a shocker that she is in Tokyo Xanadu, even though that game has nothing to do with this series.
Would you mind telling me about what happened at your office later? I'll just end up digging into things myself anyway, so you might as well save me
the time. Thanks, Marielle. Shen and his sister.
Hey Shen, congrats on your article. Looks like you finally managed to break into Z1 reporting, huh? Sure took you a while. It's like it was yesterday you were complaining about being stuck writing, listicles.
Thanks. Honestly, I'm surprised you even noticed. I kind of figured you'd just ignore it all, you know, like you usually do.
Oh, well, it's not like I hate you or anything. I've just had a lot on my mind lately. But enough about that. You managed to capture one of the most defining news pieces of the year. No way I wouldn't at least praise you for it.
I don't know how much credit I can take for that. I just happened to snap a picture the second it all went down. Besides, a car crash isn't exactly the sort of epic Z1 coverage I was hoping to get. Still, that was a lucky take then. Stumbling upon a freak incident by pure chance probably doesn't count for much. Still, maybe I really have been gaining some ground as a reporter. Hearing it from my sister just makes it feel more real, if that makes any sense.
Well, unlike last year, my brother can actually do the kind of work he likes now, so cheers to that. Oh, on a separate note, I wonder how Peter's holding up. He said he was meeting up with his manager tonight.
We've seen that, don't worry. What did I come here for again? The latest volume of that one novel? Wait, no, that's not it. My boss sent me to pick up some research material. How did it ever slip my mind? Oh, and who am I fooling? It's obviously because of how often I visit the bookstore for fun these days. Now it's as though my brain blocks out all of the thoughts of work whenever I'm here. Maybe I've grown a bit too lax.
Yesterday's autograph signing was a massive success. Sales practically went through the roof. The new fiscal year starts next month, so I plan to maintain this momentum and keep the store going strong. This might be a good time to scope out potential collaborations and pin down opportune fair dates. I should look into setting up an online mail order service as well. So much to think about, so little time. Still, drafting up plans like these is what I love doing most.
Time as you need.
Silver Screen Actors Directory for Leon. A book with profiles on the Republic's many famous actresses. Alright, what do we have on the bulletin board?
What's it say?
This is a extermination quest. According to the recent little and dangerous monster, the Gorgorome has been sighted in the Tyrell District's waterway. We should greatly appreciate you taking care of it of this beast in the guild steed. Steed? Stead. Jesus, can't read. Oh god, okay. A fearsome foe indeed, that's a bunch of demons. Or gargoyles. What were they called again? Gargoyle, yeah, basically gargoyles. And dead. Barely any XP. Nice. Inferno. Oh, all movies watched. Elegant gown. HP plus 4000, EP plus 400. A beautiful yet modest gown. Inferno. 5 for fire, 3 for wind element. Increases preemptive shard attack damage by 50%. Ooh. That is a nice one. Alright, considering this episode is already kind of getting long, let's just see what this quest here is, and then we're gonna see. A style that suits oneself. Then, there's something I'd like to ask you and your team about. Please stop by when you have a moment. I'll be in Riverside. As always, Shino. Oh, she was kind of hinting at something that is bothering her. Alright, let's see what she has to say.
Welcome, it's a pleasure to see you all together again.
We saw the notice. You said you had something you wanted to discuss with us?
Yes, I do.
Okay. I see. So you want to add your own personal flair, huh?
I worked really hard to be where I am today. I even managed to open my own little bar with this food truck. I've enjoyed the work, meeting all kinds of people, getting to introduce them to new drinks. But I feel like I'm stuck in a bit of a rut. So you want to improve yourself?
Honestly, I'm a little surprised to hear you say that. You seem to be doing really well. I didn't expect you to be so passionate about making a change.
Did something happen? Bartenders don't usually get the chance to talk about themselves. You see, my mother raised me all by herself. Growing up, she made sure that I knew I could do anything I wanted to do, but be anything I wanted to be. So after a series of events, I chose to be a bartender. But something hit me recently. I fulfilled my goal of becoming a bartender, yeah, but am I okay with just being a bartender? Shouldn't I strive to be a little more? That's why I'm trying to figure out how to take myself a step further.
And you think we can help you out?
Yes, I've been thinking about it all for a while now, but I can't seem to come to a decision on what to do. That's why I thought it might be helpful to hear a few of your opinions, considering you're all so worldly and experienced, I mean.
I think you might be overestimating what we can do for you, Shino. You should have more faith in yourself. After all, you're the one with all the bartending knowledge.
There's no need to be so humble, man. She just wants to hear things from the viewpoint of someone with a wide variety of experiences. Right, Shino? Yeah, her request seems easy enough.
Seeing someone so willing to perfect their craft, it's a commendable feat for sure.
We may not know much about bartending, but having a lot of opinions to think on will surely be of help. Thank you all so much. I don't mean to interrupt any of your plans, so please feel free to look into this, only when you feel you're able.
Alright. Of course I'm accepting this. Actually, I guess we do have a little time on our hands at the moment. I have an idea of who we can talk to. We should be back soon with some good stuff.
Thank you so much.
Oh god, am I gonna have to go to Bermodi?
As soon as I can develop my own style, I intend to challenge Bermodi.
Okay, never mind, we're not going to Bermodi.
He's someone I've looked up for a while. I intend to wow him by making the best cocktails he's ever seen.
So you're telling me you're trying to recreate the competition that they held in Calvard last year? I call dibs on being the judge.
Aren't you a little too young to be drinking so much? Well, we'll do our best to ask around.
With your connections, I'm sure we'll have plenty of people we can talk to. Did you have someone in mind at the moment? I'm thinking there's 5 places we can choose from. Riverside, Station Street, Sidon District, Old Town, and the Tyrell District. We should go to at least 3, but if we have the time, I'd like to visit all of them.
Understood. Minimum of 3, maximum of 5. Actually, before we leave, I have a question for Miss Sheena. What exactly drew you to bartending in the first place? I figured knowing that much might give us insight into how to help you more efficiently. Well, it wasn't really anything life-changing, and honestly, the story's a little embarrassing. Oh, you have my attention. But I suppose it is impolite to dig into a lady's secrets. I guess we'll just ask around and see what we can find.
Let's start this 4SPG, shall we?
She's gonna tell us at some point.
I guess I had to rely on you after all. Well, I appreciate the help anyway. Please be careful on the roads tonight.
Okay, so we do have... Oh, all the way back in the concert hall? Oh yeah, the idols are performing in here, aren't they? Uh-huh. Why are we picking stuff from here, I wonder? They're just using the radios in all this stuff just to use old songs. They're really in their groove. Should I just wait for them to finish? Yes. Ben and the others watched the girls' practice performance to the end. Once they came off stage, the group explained their situation to them.
And you thought we'll be able to help? Wow, this makes me feel like a real idol. A real idol? Sayla, we've been doing this stuff for months already. We have fans all over the Republic. That's true. Vefio is very popular at my school.
Yeah, I'll even hear your music while taking a walk around town.
Sorry, I didn't mean to be negative. It took a while for our group to take off, so I'm still getting used to the attention. I mean, we even almost disbanded at one point. Well, I guess I can't really blame you for feeling like that. We may have performed well, but nobody really accepted us at first. Yeah, we finally proved we can sell, though. They can't adopt us ever again.
So, what you're saying is that it's important to make people recognize your worth. Not only your managers, but the public too.
Yeah, unfortunately it's not enough to be good at what you do. If you're in the service industry, you really have to put your back into marketing yourself.
Pretty words alone won't get you to the top.
That seems like pretty sound advice for making a living out here. Thanks for taking the time to talk with us. Good luck with your show and everything.
A lot of reasoning for the things I do is based on instinct. I suppose that makes it a bit difficult for me to explain. I guess one thing I always try to do is examine everything closely, especially the things I have an interest in. Iona was actually born from a combination of my interests. If I remember, you were studying at the Basel Institute of Science when you decided to start a venture business, right? Yeah, that's correct. And from there I used the money I earned to open a store. It was my dream to start a brand new type of business, a normal cafe.
It's quite risky to do something that has never been done before. Were you not concerned?
You see, I was well aware that it was a rather daring move, but that didn't mean I couldn't do it. Why, nobody would try anything new if they were too afraid of the risks. To go from 0 to 1, you have to be willing to act.
I see. Acting defensively often leads to stagnation.
Yes, and it's at that moment that you'll want to create something new altogether. That's where the fun part comes in. It's a real great time trying to brainstorm all sorts of new ideas.
This seems like pretty relevant advice. People who challenge themselves every once in a while will eventually find success.
Well, I think that's all I can say about that. No problem. You gave us a lot to think on. Well, I'm honored that you would seek my advice. I must say, however, I'm surprised to see you again, Miss Lanster.
Yeah, well, I just give these guys a hand every now and then.
So you've had a pretty lengthy career in entertainment. And I'm sure you've got the pride to match. You've done a lot of good work. Well, you certainly won't hear me deny that. When we first opened our doors, it was the very dawn of Orbital Films. The ideal we built on was a cinema that will make you fall in love with movies. We've used that ideal as motivation ever since. I continue to play a variety of films at our theater, both old and new.
And if I'm remembering correctly, you even play some of the stuff you employees recommend.
Yes, we do. I hope that doing so will ignite a desire for film in them. From a management point of view, there's certainly nothing wrong with playing what are often blockbusters. However, if that was all we ever played, it'd be a bit difficult to foster a passion for movies. That's what we believe, at least. That's not to say that other theaters are in the wrong, though.
The way I see it, all theaters play a role in creating an appreciation for movies. I was always so excited to see Orbital films when I was younger. It's just like watching a moving picture book. I'll occasionally come to watch something after work too. It's always an enjoyable time.
I agree. Hearing you say as much makes it all worthwhile. Anyway, I hope you were able to glean something useful from all my talk. Well, it sure was interesting. Thanks for your help. That makes 3 spots we've checked so far. We could head back to Shino now, but we should probably ask around some more if we have time to spare.
Screen 1 will soon begin.
Oh, we're going around. Oh! Him,
Let me
okay.
ask you something.
We're asking interesting people about this stuff. I don't really have advice to give, I just do my best to serve anyone who sits down. I kinda figured you'd say that. But when you serve people, is there maybe something you do to try to make it special? I want my stall to be a place that people can find peace at. On a day filled with mundanities, or a night where you just don't want to be alone, there are a lot of people that stop by that are just looking for some relief. Well, I can definitely see the appeal in having a drink outside. Plus, everyone's gonna smush in when you're at a food stall. Gives a real sense of unity. You make it sound like you're here all the time. Anyway, if that's your philosophy, we'll gladly use it for reference. I don't think I said anything important. Hey, mind having some skewers ready for me later? You know, Dame made me write one of those how-to books a few years ago. Boy, was that a pain in the rear.
You wrote a book? That's amazing! He used to be an investor after all. They once called him the finance guru. I'm sure lots of people sought out his advice.
Yeah, he's more than just some old man who likes baths and mahjong. It might be helpful to hear what he has to say. Well, I'd have to disagree. I'm just your friendly neighborhood elder, don't you know?
Should we step out for a second?
No, you're fine. Don't worry about it. You know, I think I'd actually like to hear Miss Matilda's input as well.
Oh, well, I suppose you're not expecting too much. There's really only so much I can say.
Here's what I have. Even if you're confident in your abilities, there is only so much you should push yourself. Once you start overexerting yourself, nothing you produce will live up to your expectations. I can vouch for that. I can vouch for that. There's simply no need to force yourself to constantly improve. You just have to keep moving at your own pace.
I see. Then, while you're moving at your own pace, you can use trial and error to find ways to better yourself. Honestly, I thought you'd say something more complex.
I'm just some fussy old man to you, aren't I? Well, anyway, old folks are prone to saying that things have to be a certain way. But as the generations come and go, it's natural that the world will change with them.
It's young folks like you that are out there experiencing the world, after all. You know what's really happening. If we all respect our own thoughts and feelings, everything should go swimmingly.
That's why I want you all to live your life to the fullest. Listen to your heart, and we'll have a better world in no time. I suppose that's all I have to say on the matter. That was really nice, Huck. Talk about a far cry from your usual shenanigans. You'll be sure to live a long life too. That way you can keep an eye on any of us young'uns that lose their way. No. I fully plan on going senile and living the rest of my days with a lovely young nurse.
And my impression of you is right back in the toilet.
Come on, Huck. Alright, that's all 5 spots. Guess we should head back to Sheena. Sorry to keep you waiting. We managed to get some really insightful stuff for you.
Thank you so much, and you brought back much more than I... I see, that's a pretty good idea. Oh, sorry, I guess I got a little caught up in reading. Anyway, I'm sure I'll be able to do my best work with all the info you've gathered.
Oh, you seem pretty confident about that.
Well, this is some really good advice after all. I should go ahead and start working on my cocktail now. I'll bring it to Bermodi's once I'm finished. I called him up a little while ago and he said he'd be always willing to entertain a challenge.
Of course he is. I'm sure it helps that you're one of his beloved juniors too.
Come to think of it, won't you need someone to judge? Do you want one of us to jump in?
I think that'd be a good choice.
You just want a free drink.
We're acting on Sheena's request this time. We should find a judge that'll be impartial.
Why don't we get someone they're both familiar with? I believe that would be the best.
You think you could take up being a judge?
Oh, why thank you for the recommendation. I'd be glad to do so.
Why don't we ask Renee and Marielle too? We'll meet up at Bermodi's when we're ready. Marielle! Do you want to knock her out? A clash between teacher and student, huh? Upon the group's arrival to Bermodi's, the judges began to make their way in. Everyone awaited Sheena's arrival with bated breath. Then, finally, she came. I know what you've been feeling. I know you've been feeling a bit down for quite some time. But you seem to be in pretty good spirits now. I'm assuming something good happened?
Yes, I finally figured out the kind of bartender I want to be. And I believe I found my own style too. But just believing isn't enough. I need you to recognize me as well. Please, Master Bermodi, won't you take on my challenge?
Well, I'll gladly accept. However, I'd be lying if I said I never recognized your skill in the first place. Alright then, as previously decided, I'll start us off. These two are here, of course they are.
A contest between Bermodi and Sheena, huh?
I'm sure this will be interesting. Guess it'd be a little crass to place bets though. Let's just see how it turns out. That's Bermodi's Carmen de la Na. I guess that's what it said. I don't know, sorry. It won runner-up at the bartending tournament last year. Yes, the theme I chose was sweet nights spent reveling in perilous secrets. I made a few different variations since the contest in Calvard. Please help yourselves. Oh god, Marielle is gonna die. If these cocktails are actually with alcohol, Marielle is gonna die.
It's delicious. The sweet and sour tastes maintain an exquisite balance. It's really gentle on the tongue. I think this would be perfect for someone who can't hold their liquor.
The drink itself is rather pleasing to the eye. I'd say it's good enough to add to your usual menu. Why, thank you. And I suppose now it's Sheena's turn. Oh, this one is interesting looking. Oh, it's an old-fashioned. Looks pretty simple.
That's exactly why it's so easy to arrange. You just have to add whatever fruit or liquor you desire. The world made to your liking. I call it Vivid Paraiso. Please, help yourself. It's super fruity. I kind of thought it'd be a little more bitter. Wait, there is a bitter taste too. It's not overtaking the sweetness at all though.
I sense that there's a bourbon base, but the unique alcohol feel has been restrained. The faint punch it gives is a little addicting. I could see myself indulging a bit too much.
It all goes down rather smoothly. And the scent, is that black tea? Yes, that's right. It's part of the tea selection at my bar. Bourbon and black tea, two of my favorite drinks.
Would you mind if I had a glass as well?
What do you think?
Both the sweet and bitter tastes are in perfect harmony. It's almost like a sample of life. You'll find no complaints here, Shino. The drink shares all your charm.
I appreciate your praise. You picked up on exactly what I tried to do with it, too. Life has both dreams that are sweet and failures that are bitter. Everyone has times when they hesitate to keep pushing forward. And once you reach that point, there is no need to struggle in vain. You just have to keep going at your own pace. That's what I was hoping to convey with this cocktail. Wow! Those sure are some wise words. This is the kind of drink I'd like to continue serving at my bar. I'll make it a place where people can drop in with ease and where they can feel comfortable getting closer to others.
So, that's the style you want to create?
It is.
I suppose I'll take the loss this time then. I'm sure our judges would agree.
Yes.
Of course. Hey, you just made their decision for them. Oh, don't get caught up in the details.
Thank you for your cooperation, everyone. I'm grateful for all the help. Why don't we treat you to some drinks as a reward? Please, order anything you'd like.
Yes, go on and take a seat wherever. This is the life, Hale. We should try and get free drinks more often.
We didn't really do anything to help, though. Why don't we pay for ours?
Van? I wanted to offer you my thanks as well. I really appreciate you giving my cute little junior the push she needed. It was nothing. Sheena's always had a good hand on her head on her shoulders. She just needed someone to get her going. Yes, but you'd be amazed at how few people would be willing to do such a thing. As expected of the man raising the next generation. Right, Mr. Manager? I'm not raising them, but I have to admit, I am used to getting kids back on their feet by now. While enjoying their drinks, the group partook in an evening of pleasant chatter. Upon finishing, they said their goodbyes to Bermotti and Shino, and once again resumed their activities.
That's one job behind us.
Nice.
Zero deposit confirmed.
It's still not level 5? How is Law the slowest one? Alright, I think this is gonna be enough for this part. This has been quite a trek through the city. Oh boy. But for next time we only have the Station Street left and Riverside, and then we move on with the main story again. And we'll see what will happen next. Also, how many times did I now finish and start an episode in Rivers? What is happening with the shadow? Start and end this Let's Play here in Station Street. Oh, good God. But yeah, anyway, this is where we'll stop. The rounds have been mostly done, and next time, like I said, we're gonna finish the rounds. And this old lady, holy shit, this lady actually passed by me. Holy hell, she didn't get stuck. But yeah, next time we're gonna see about the rest of the rounds, finish up the city, move on the main story, and also check on a bit on the Mehengaten thing and see if there's anything interesting that's gonna happen after the next floor, maybe during the floor, I don't know. So far, nothing really happened in there. We'll see, I guess. But yeah, we'll see about that next time. Again, a couple of little extra details here and there to find in the city, always interesting. The Nina stuff is getting spicier by the minute, and I cannot wait to finally hear what the shit is going on with her. And yeah, exciting stuff. But yeah, for now, thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed. This is one of those slower episodes, but it is always, well, it's always a thing with the rounds of the city. But yeah, anyway, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did so, please consider leaving a like. It would help out a lot. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. And if you want to support me more directly, memberships are open. And as always, no video will be behind a membership. It's purely there for support. Thank you very much to all the members already doing so. And I hope you all have a fantastic day wherever you are. And I will see you in the next one. Until then, bye-bye.